he's quite good versus Coddle mid game because it's hard to farm. But I think it's the same problem like that these teams face. They pick this hero to stop the Coddle from farming, but he gets farmed regardless, and then you're the one like chasing around the Coddle, and then like what Ben and PJ said earlier as well. Like then they pick these like annoying ass heroes, those annoying heroes that are hard to deal.
You can say annoying ass heroes. It's all right.
Sorry.
Banning the annoying ass broodmother, of course, Sven. Both Sven and Darkseer chucked out for Team Liquid. Sven, first ban, really does not want to let Ramses get on that hero.
So I wonder, now Liquid has first pick, so they're going to be able to see the core matchups and counter pick that VP pick. And this is where just like Liquid's draft is kind of open. Like they can pick anything because Beast Coddle is just hard to lane with as general as a carry. I don't really see. I mean, PJ, what carry do you think? Because you have CM. I think she's a really weak safe lane support now.
Yeah, actually, I'm curious. What do you think about CM as a character? Because we've been seeing more and more of her as the tournament has gone on.
I think CM has gained some popularity amongst the teams recently. I feel everyone thought that the hero would be pretty bad going into the tournament, but I think it's a reliable hero. Like you know you're gonna have that aura. You know it's gonna enable a lot of your heroes. This Nyx, he can go around. He can use a lot of his spells. Many of these mid heroes, they really benefit a lot from this aura. And it's also nice that you can kind of just walk around in the jungle and get yourself a lot of farm. So yeah, Maiden is, it usually I think becomes like one of these popular picks that people go back to because it's clear cut what you do with the hero.
10 seconds remaining.
We see pretty much all the bans on Virtus Pro are, I almost want to call them Team Liquid bans.
So this
and less meta bans.
VP, when their game versus LGD, they kind of did the same concept. They picked the CM and then the stun. They had Night Stalker the other game, and then they keep killing the Coddle lane. That's our approach to playing versus Liquid's off-lane duel. The CM didn't really jungle. He just stayed in lane with like 3 clarities, and they kept killing the. It wasn't Coddle, it was like Lich, but I think that's their approach with the CM. I think they're gonna keep trying to kill the duel lane.
Do you think that Liquid are just gonna stay dual lane, off lane?
I think they will, because I mean the Coddle has no other really place. He always plays dual lane, and even if they die there, they're going to keep 3 heroes there, and then this is a really good core matchup, the Lycan versus the Venom. And I think this is both Ramses, they all actually play this hero. I think all of them, I've seen them all play this hero at one point. Like Pasha's played off lane, no one has played it mid, and Ramses has played it carry.
Venomancer has a lot of flexibility of
this
what
Lycan
lane
pick,
you assign him to.
This is a really good Lycan pick.
Liquid have a really strong vision game this game. They have good push and they have nice vision. And the Night Stalker is gone. One of the counters to Beastmaster and Coddle as well is that Night Stalker, but they took it out early on.
Necrophos and Venomancer. Not a huge fan of VP's draft right now. I feel like both these heroes can't deal with the Lycan. I think this Lycan looks like a free game right now. He doesn't really have any counter. I think maybe they want the Necro versus the Lycan in lane, but Lycan has really high regen because of his aura. He's just going to keep farming.
You know, Merlini, there was a lot of talk about how important this 4th pick is, this 4th and 5th pick. Team Liquid is going to get, or actually going to be forced to, close out their draft. And looking at what you're seeing from Virtus Pro, what do you feel like is missing from Team Liquid? What do you expect to see them be picking into?
I think Kuro is going to pick himself. Oh, sorry, were you asking something else?
It's okay, you can go ahead.
Okay. I think he's going to pick Spirit Breaker or Tuskar, one of the 2. He wants to play a hero you can run around with. And then yeah, he just likes playing heroes that he doesn't really get farm on because GH takes a lot of farm on this team.
Do you think there's any other better cores that they can deal with the Lycan? You said they can't deal with the Lycan very well. You don't like Venom, you don't like Necrophos. I think like Sven and Bloodseeker are the common counters. Do you think there's anything else that's good that's left in the pool that they can pick?
Maybe Chaos CK is decent. I'm not sure. That's like something PJ should know. I'm not sure. Like this hero kind of came in this tournament. We weren't really picking it that much, but as soon as I saw EG picking a lot, Liquid picked it a lot, and then like IG picks it. So I'm not entirely sure like what owns this hero, how he plays entirely.
Yeah, I think in general these illusion-based heroes are pretty strong against Lycan. I think one hero that could potentially work for VP if they manage to kind of lane the Veno and Necrophos elsewhere, I think TB could be a good hero. It's really strong against both Beastmaster and Lycan because when you use Reflection, you get both the auras. Yeah. And also TB is one of those illusion heroes with a lot of armor, so he matches up really well against Lycan and Beast.
Yeah, true.
They do have last pick, but let's see what Team Liquid goes for.
Other hero. So he wanted himself on like a roaming 4, and this is going to be a Rubik 4. I'm not entirely sure about the hero this game though.
I like Nullfield here. Nullfield seems pretty good.
I mean, Rubik is really good versus the Nyx and the CM somewhat later on, but he's really good versus the Nyx if you can steal the stun.
We emphasize a lot of like Sven and his armor, but they don't actually have that much physical damage on the side of Virtus Pro at all.
VP has a really strong early game though. They're like laning stage into early game, and like early mid game is pretty strong. They're gonna have a lot of spells, and it might be tough because of Team Liquid. They rely kind of on their cooldowns, right? Like right now they don't want to keep constantly fighting. They want to dodge fights and they want to move on the map and kind of just farm, push lanes and farm, because they rely a lot on this Beastmaster's Roar, I think. And other than that, they only have Rubik one lift, so fighting for them is going to be a little bit difficult in the early game.
Yeah. I really like the Necro pick, like thinking about it again. This was the same kind of idea that Secret had yesterday versus Liquid, or 2 days ago. It was you pick the Necro versus the Coddle, and then the Necro doesn't care about harass, you just keep healing off the creep wave.
As Team Liquid closes out this draft, I mean, there's a lot of push on Team Liquid with Death Prophet Ultimate, Lycan and Beastmaster, and of course Coddle with the Ags in the day.
I think what does Solo need now? Something.
I wouldn't mind AA, dude. AA versus these heroes with no save.
So you think it's a offlane Nyx then?
I think they just need something like
I
that.
feel like they need a tower hitter.
Yeah.
Tower hitter, and
I think Viper is a pick.
Viper against Lycan though is a little bit,
it's
he's a bit
hard. They have
clunky.
no stuns. I'm not sure what else though.
Virtus Pro played a great Viper game yesterday.
Maybe Dragon Knights?
DK could potentially work. It's a pretty bad matchup up against DP though in the mid lane, so...
They could put the Venom mid, and then they could put the Necro offline, and they can pick another carry.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking they might do if they wanted to go for that, you know, something like the TB or another illusion-based hero. Potentially, you mentioned the CK earlier.
Those all seem very slow though, I think.
Yeah.
Versus this push. You have like 3, 4, 3.5.
I think they need to use one of those heroes and kind of use the fact that they have illusions to fight early on, because it is kind of hard for Team Liquid to deal with illusions right now. They don't have that much good AoE to spam down.
Veno is one of the better heroes versus Death Prophet mid, the matchup. DP can't take Veno's tower that easily. Let's see what hero this is. Okay, yeah.
Bloodseeker.
This is carry.
So that's one of the heroes that people like picking against this Lycan now.
Okay, yeah.
Well, with that, looks like no one is actually on Bloodseeker, and Ramses is on Venomancer. It's a push-heavy composition from Team Liquid, but of course we've seen VP play in a very universal style. Let's get into game one of VP versus TL.
Two teams both could easily make the grand final. At least that's what we all thought when this tournament kicked off, but now it is elimination time. One must go home and the other can progress through that lower bracket. So far we've seen the draft send. Who do you lean towards?
I like Liquid more in this one, I think. The VP lineup seems very fragile and not with too much control, whereas Liquid has this style that they really like to play. They got their Coddle, they have a very teamfight-oriented lineup. I think if VP don't get off to a very good start where they put the pressure and they just let GH play his Coddle and get that Ags, I have a hard time seeing this Virtus Pro lineup defending their base, actually. So
even with the fifth pick Bloodseeker, like this Bloodseeker pickup, you think of it like as the Broodmother of the Bloodseeker, both were also flagged as that fifth pick, which we just can't deal with. Is it something that Team Liquid can deal with what they've got? Or is it just they're going to miss the timing?
I think the Bloodseeker was one of the better picks from VP in this game. I think you want to try to combat this Matumba and Lycan by getting that Rupture out, obviously, but yeah, it was pick here. I was standing here with the same feeling, like what is actually the solution on this fifth pick for VP, but I'm looking forward to being surprised. I'm definitely leaning toward Liquid based on draft, but VP is one of those crazy teams where sometimes they just take off, and in some ways, in some games, it feels like it doesn't actually even matter what heroes they're playing. It just matters that they're comfortable and that they're playing quickly and playing with confidence, and if they can get that rolling, they could still take this game.
Well, you can say no matter what heroes they're playing, no one's actually grabbing this Bloodseeker. He's going to take him towards the mid. There was speculation about where the Necro would end up. It's in the hands of Pasha, Mr. Offlaner, but Solo's the one who's in real trouble, running away from the Liquid. Can't get mind control. Will spill the first blood, and this is meant to be a strong safe lane. They put Ramses onto the Venomancer, the man who's meant to be safe and away from the aggression of Team Liquid, but Team Liquid are down here in force.
Any tri-lane with Rubik and Coddle is very strong for aggressive moves. The reason being you obviously have the lift into the Illuminate, and one of Rubik's problems in the early game is sustaining his mana when he's playing these kind of lanes, but you've got the Chakra Magic to take care of that. So they complement each other very well. I think it's an option Liquid have at least to try to play this, like, not necessarily as a hard aggressive tri-lane, but as a pseudo-aggressive one where they're like moving Rubik in and out and playing the Coddle and Beastmaster together. But for now it looks like they have other plans. They're heading up toward Matumbaman.
Well, you've already secured the kill on the bottom lane, so you go towards the top, a place where Pasha may not be expecting the attack, and Kuro can just start once more. Pasha's on the run. Kuro trying to get in range for telekinesis, able to pick him up and grab him down. Illuminate is available as Pasha into that Ghost Strike, gets hit by the Illuminate GH. Pasha very, very low. He has only got tangos, no sticks, very far. We'll give him a little bit more life up the hill. No mischance, but Tolman, one poor swipe will do the work. And Team Liquid off to a dream start with 2 kills before the creep waves even meet.
This is such an unusual lane movement that there's no way Pasha saw that coming. Like you said, they go all the way from bottom to top with both supports, and they were not crossing through any wards that VP had placed, so no information available for Pasha. And not only do they kill him, but they made him go Ghost Shroud level 1, which is not really the ideal spell you want to have. Possibly you want to start out with Death Pulse if you can, so a little bit of a lane advantage from Matumbaman as well, based on that.
Well, it's nice for him. A lane which is going to be, well, not much of an advantage for Mind Control is going to be that bottom lane. Lil currently staying down here, just trying to harass the Beastmaster out and make more space for Ramses. Ramses DPS-wise just going to win this lane out. No way the Plague Wards can be taken over by the Beastmaster balls. But when does the rotation come towards mid? Nyx Assassin has been known for really causing problems in the mid lane. At the moment, Lil's just trying to cause problems for GH. Don't let him abuse the pulls. Don't let him abuse the stacks.
Yeah. Keeper of the Light, however, is a very fast hero. He gets Howl. He's actually going to hit Lil pretty hard here. Just keep running at him. And knowing that Lil has mana burn means he can feel confident to use Illuminate at any point in time he wants. Pasha's just being forced out of top. This is scary stuff for Necrophos. I think this hero is very good in certain situations, but is a bit snowbally in nature in that offlane position. If you get forced out this much in the beginning, they might need to help him as well. It just seems like Lil has a lot of problems to solve right now while they have solo jungling on that Maiden.
Is the pressure actually on Lil to solve that offlane, or is there something else Pasha can do?
I don't know, man. He's level 1 with Ghost Shroud. Where's he supposed to?
I don't know. Like, is it just pull lanes? Is it just go jungle? But yeah, you can't jungle without Death Pulse.
This'll come in handy.
Looks like Nyx Assassin again. Just going to push GH away. He's fine with that. Level 2 at a minute 2 runes. Just easily shared up, and everything else been pretty passive after those first 2 kills.
Mid is going very well for no one, though. So that is the good news for VP, is that he is destroying Miracle and CS, and Lil is going to be annoying again with mana burn. He even has made more. He's going to be able to keep doing this. Bottom lane, actually, GH is in death.
Oh, yeah, he's totally gone. Ramses hits him with a Gale. The slow is out, and Keeper of the Light, for all that movement speed you're talking about, unable to escape a Pasha on the top lane, running back behind the Tier 1 tower. But Howl again triggered off. Kuro and Matumban having more than enough damage to find the kill.
The way they got the kill bottom was they galed and then they had
solo.
illusions. Yeah.
Now they're going bottom. It looked like GH and Mind Control thought they had an opening on Ramses. With that Howl bonus damage, the Illuminate as well as the Axe connected Ramses into the tree, trying to run away from the boars. The Illuminate connects on Ramses, further into the trees to Frostbite, holding Mind Control in position and bringing him down. While no one making the most of those low HP heroes attacked into Miracle under the Tier 1 tower. So Miracle having to burn his Spirit Siphons already.
He benefits a lot from these fights.
Oh, is Pasha dead again? Under the towers, they just keep going. So they don't care about whose home is what. Bakuro, they need to find Pasha. He's already triggered the Ghost Shroud, moved himself up. One more attack, maybe now with the Death Pulse. Pasha has the life, but Tolman cannot keep the attack going. They've lost the creep wave, and Kuro will take considerable damage from the Tier 1 tower.
Pasha just got his level 2 from that melee creep dying.
Oh, wow, no one? Okay, when you're low, no one just gets massively buffed. And continues to pressure Miracle every time. It's like the second we have a fight, we have a secondary camera just looking at no one and seeing what he's doing.
Force the rotation from Kuroki into mid. I think that's a good defensive TP. Miracle was in a lot of trouble. No one will be getting level 6 very early as well, and then he can start forcing Miracle to TP out. Doesn't really have many good defensive tools against this Bloodseeker. You got one Siphon, that's not gonna keep you alive against this massive damage that Bloodseeker has if he Blood Rages both himself and you. So, gotta be careful here, Miracle. He's gonna get some help from GH. Maybe just spam out the lane, his Max and Crypt Swarm. Just be getting his farm that way.
Lil and Solo are preparing for a fight on bottom lane. Thanks to their observe ward, they got closer towards the tower. The Gale won't connect from Ramses. That may be enough. The Mind Control feels he can come forward, and it was. The Illuminate connects. You do have that follow-up stun from Lil. Is there enough damage on Mind Control to get the kill? No one said it's going to be Team Liquid, turning their attention towards Solo. He makes a break for the trees. Regeneration's up, but so is the Hawk. They get the vision. The Illuminate spam from GH continues to hit multiple heroes from VP. Mind Control wants to TP out, but Lil has his stun available. And GH, fighting underneath the Plague Wards, is forced back to his Tier 1 tower.
Liquid are taking a lot of advantage of Howl, though. That pretty much this entire play was set up by having the Howl to delay the death of the Beastmaster and get that extra damage in. And they're playing, remember, they're playing this lane 2-on-3 and they're finding kills. So I think Liquid are very happy with how this is going. Even if Mind Control dies a couple of times, that just means space for GH, and that generally isn't a bad thing that the Coddle gets a bit of farm.
Kuro just put down 2 Observer Wards. The first one maybe scouted out by Lil just because he found Kuro inside the jungle. The second one he planted right underneath that Radiant Obs. So highly likely that middle one at least won't survive. But it's important for him to understand when the gank is prepping for mid. With Rupture up on no one, there's a lot of kill potential there. And Miracle, even pre-shrining, just to make sure he's going to be okay.
Here comes the move from BP. Let's see if they can find anything with this 2-hero smoke. Crossing into ward middle. No one is definitely ready. Yeah. No TP on the Death Prophet. They'll be in a lot of trouble.
He says
here.
They know it's there, but Kuro, the pickup is down. He doesn't actually stun Lil, but Rupture locking Miracle in position, forcing Matoma to actually go into Lycan form, and they're going to charge themselves forward to the Tier 1 tower with Rupture already triggered. They know no one cannot instantly counter Matoma's early aggression, but do they really want to go underneath the tower? You've got that plus armor increase for the Radiant side, and well, this rotation ends for naught for Team Liquid. In fact, it's more space for Pasha to farm top lane.
He's going to be very happy that this happened. He's having such a rough game, but finding some much needed space. This rotation from Matumba Man just flat out a waste of time. Maybe he, or actually he did repel them at least, so he made VP back off, but probably didn't have to use a shapeshift in that situation. So the ultimate will be on cooldown for more than a minute, and that gives Pasha the safety top to still stand here with 1/3 HP.
Oh, that safety is gone if Kuro... Does he want to? Actually, they don't have the creep wave again.
They can't kill him anyway.
It's like Kuro's just waiting around the shrine, which hasn't been burnt yet, just to mess with him, and yep, there's Pasha. Shrines it up, and Kuro walks away.
No one is... So many creeps. And Miracle's getting mana burned. You know, this is so annoying. It's actually so annoying. Playing a mid-intel hero against Nyx, and Miracle has to go all the way back to base to refill his mana. GH is sticking around that bottom area and trying to get himself a game as it looks now. At level 5, we'll be starting to farm up some jungle probably fairly soon. Has a double stack on the top right camp, might triple that and then start getting that under control.
I'm interested to see if he'll have the farm time. Ramsey's having this early Blightstone, a mass amount of Plague Wards, continuously pressuring the bottom lane, is keeping GH's attention closer towards the lanes.
Beastmaster's pretty good at dealing with this though. These boars do decent damage to the Plague Wards, and he has his own way of like taking care of the wave. So while Ramses is keeping them busy, look at these boars go to work. It's actually a pretty significant amount of damage.
It's a lot more
damage. Do they
damage
outrange the wards, or do they have the same range? Okay, the wards actually outrange them, so he can't just take them from a distance. There's a 600 range on the wards and 550 on the boars. So he can at least fight back, but Mind Control is easily holding his own here and getting good levels and farm in comparison to the Necrophos, who's still struggling quite a lot more.
Yeah, severely underestimated how much damage those boars do, and every single Plague Ward just goes towards the strength of Mind Control in the future. But you still are going to have the other issues. The top 2 net worths belong to Virtus Pro. It's the Venomancer plus the Bloodseeker. Lycan slowly moving forward in his items. Is the Necro build actually going to be the biggest impact in the fight, or is this just the standard progression now for him?
I like the Necro book. I think if you want to play it, I don't want to call it a timing push lineup, but it's very clear what Liquid's game plan is.
Oh,
and Necro book is great for that.
Kuro's making the decision if he wants it or not. Mind Control is actually going to roar it so it stands exactly still. Let the ball finish the job. There was nothing on the Courier. But it's Courier for solo. Necro actually TPing over. They want to try and find the kill. Lil's rotated in from the east, but Mind Control, he backed up at the right time. So Lil's stun will not connect. That's a big man to do such fancy footwork.
A nice sidestep here from MC. Had the ward in the area, of course, to see Lil moving in. So had the information he needed to to go for that, and it's another rotation from VP that doesn't really do too much. Now Solo has rotated top to
He's got help.
Tumba Man.
Actually, no one's still actually farming the creep wave. We're not initiating out. Here comes your TP from Nyx Assassin over towards the mid lane. Kuro still sitting behind the tower, waiting for that exact TP point. So Lil standing his ground against the Death Prophet with Spirit Siphon already burned his by Carapace, hides in the trees, doesn't have a way out of this. Miracle's not going to chase him in. Thanks to Ramses and Partial's rotation, in fact, Team Liquid will back off from the tier 1 tower.
They got half a tower. I think he was hoping to get a bit more than that. If he got the Nyx kill, maybe they could have committed for the full thing, or at least forced the entirety of VP's remaining team to come in. But they defended with, I guess, a grand total of 4 heroes here, while Ramses is still farming the jungle, closing in, actually has the gold for Force Staff now. I'm just wondering, you know, we were talking about a VP going to go for this early aggression and bring it to Liquid and force them to fight. There's not too much happening from VP. It's a very quiet VP game so far, 10 minutes in. And it's just favoring Liquid right now, in my opinion. They're progressing their game plan so well. GH is level 7 at 10:30. Mind Control level 7 too.
This early push we were waiting for from Team Liquid, maybe that's what VP are just waiting for. This is the other side of the coin. Yeah, they're not getting aggressive themselves, they're not putting Liquid on the back foot. But critical items will start to arrive. 4 stars all round is what you're really looking at. The high movement speed from No One, the 4-star from Ramses, the 4-star from Pasha. It's like they're trying to outplay Team Liquid when the fights begin.
The tricky thing against a team lineup like the one Liquid has is, are you going to get the fight? That's what we've seen from Liquid in the past when they have these heroes, is that they're actually just hitting your buildings and you have to go in, and they kind of decide if they want to fight you or not. They always have this option to more or less disengage with blinding light. They can recall heroes around the map and dodge you and split push. So while it is true that VP are getting these mobility items, I'm just not sure if it's gonna cut it here.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to wait and see when they try to put them to use. Ramses gets some information here. There's a TP from Maiden.
Yeah, they're trying to defend against a fairly decent amount of push, but as you said, Mataman's still farming up top lane, working towards Necrobooks. Liquid won't really force a heavy push until they have a point of exorcism, which Miracle will be happy to expend. But more than likely, that's after tier 1 towers dropped. And Lycan has his Necrobook. So VP, they're on the move. Kuro's nearby. He won't break the smoke of Solo and Ramses. In fact, Solo putting down the Observer Ward. This is seen. Thanks to the Observer Ward, which is already down from Team Liquid, they see the their Radiant Observer Ward being planted. So they can get rid of this nice and quick. But maybe they don't want to reveal it just yet. Ramses, he'll connect on the Gale. GH. Decent amount of life being taken from him, but it's only a level 1 Gale. It's more the Poison Sting doing the work, and the Rupture on Kuro just wants to get outside the Blood Right, able to do so, and Ramses into the fight. The Roar, however, controlling Lil. He gets ripped apart. The rest of Team Liquid rampaging forward. It's Ramses trying to survive. He doesn't have Nova, he doesn't have his big ultimate, and he doesn't have a life. Miracle claiming a double kill and hunting for more. His dog senses. Sensing the Crystal Maiden back into the tier 2 tower. Miracle's got the Spirit Siphon going to work. GH in the neighborhood. The Illumin's just taking care of the creep wave for the moment and the tier 1 tower. But a terrific chain of events for Team Liquid.
Starting to build some pretty significant advantage. Oh, GH, gotta be careful, man. He got rooted up by the Ancients. Oh, he's fine though. Bit of a Poison Sting, but he will survive this. And VP try to make the most out of a bad situation here by rotating to top and seeing if they can do some structural damage here. Actually gonna find Miracle.
That's a huge situation. No one's got all the movement speed in the world. That's very difficult for a Death Prophet to repel.
That's the nice synergy between Bloodseeker and Venno, is that even when Venno loses the fight and dies, he will still do a good amount of damage, and no one's just on a bit of cleanup duty.
Run, Ramses, run. You just put down a Plague Ward and saw 4 players from Team Liquid approaching your bottom tier 1 tower. Heavy information and doesn't lose his life. And the trade-off is the fact that no one can take the tier 1 tower on top. Very close to finishing up the S and Y. It is his first major item.
It looks like VP are going to continue the pressure here as well up top. They realize that this bottom tower they simply cannot defend. Ramses is trying to delay it a little bit, but at the end of the, yeah, what are you going to do? Goes down, and okay, VP did not.
Here's the TP. Pasha's TPing in. Maybe they feel
really?
they can do this. You can force staff into the Nova, but Team Liquid are backing up. They're also uncertain if, like, with this presence of Ramses, they don't know exactly if VODs are properly committing to it. Lil has disappeared. He's gone actually out under the cover of Vendetta, but underneath the Observer and Sentry Ward, the vision of Team Liquid. And he sits there on the sentry ward, almost out of range. The dust, it'll connect with the Spirit Siphon. Raw reflected by the Spike Carapace, but there's more than enough damage from both Crypt Swarm and Illuminate to find the kill on the Nyx. And again, Matumberman finding the Crystal Maiden. This is not a happy day to be a slow hero against a dog that speed. And Pasha knows it too. Straight into the Ghost Shroud, back under the tower. Use Ramsey's Plague Wars to just defend as hard as they can. And give time for no one.
And now Liquid have the spell that they didn't have before, which I think was why they didn't commit for that bottom tower. Exorcism is online. They got 2 kills without expending it, so they can, if they wish, try to brute force down this tower. It looks like there's some decent ground gain here. VP actually going for that Rubik kill.
Yeah, they actually chase the whole way. Venomancer throws out the Nova plus the Gale. Mind Control probably tick out from this Pasha. Try and survive. Just so damn tanky on the Necrophos. Even Rupture and Matumberman, they can't run away. Mind Control is still ticking down to both the Nova and the Venomancer. Gale, Miracle denies him in the middle of the fight. Has to make a break for the tree line. Doesn't have a lot of heroes left. In fact, it's only the Keeper of the Light alive, and he's up on top lane. Miracle alone forever. Underneath his own tier 1 tower, but Virtus Pro come with the numbers and take a big fight.
There was this slight moment of opportunity then when Ramses was actually starting to do some significant damage with those Plague Wards. Liquid were standing under them for a while, and Pasha sees this very, very minor chance to go in and get that Reaper Scythe off on Kuro, and the moment he gets that, he heals so much from the level 4 Death Pulse that Liquid trying to fight back into him can't kill him. He just uses that Ghost Shroud, and until that Diffusal Blade is up on Lycan, which I'm guessing will be the next item after the Necro 3, Ghost Shroud is a very powerful ability for a while in this game. And VP just swung it the other way, so here we go. Kuro, there's going to be 4-step, double 4-step from Ramses and Pasha, getting that scythe before the silence. Look at him go. They're actually just really trying to kill him, and it doesn't work.
When you can't inflict the damage, can't get the big steals either, and Team Liquid just don't have that team fight control once the Raw goes down. It has to almost be brute force, which is something which we've seen a lot from Team Liquid. That's why you look for that Aghanim Scepter timing over on GH. Once he has that Aghanims and they fight during the daytime, they can brute force a lot more just because that never-ending heal that comes in from the Keeper of the Light.
Yeah, good progression still. He has higher net worth than their DP.
Yeah, that's
every GH Coddle game ever. Me carry.
In some ways it's a good thing, in some ways it's a horrendous thing. The fact that your DP just is not getting enough out of this map. But once you've got the Yule Scepter, at least then you've got something else to dodge the initiation of Virtus Pro, or at least delay it.
Virtus Pro are trying to put on some pressure here in mid, but it still ain't easy. Plague Ward gonna do a bit of damage, 5 per hit, so in 2 hours this tower will fall.
Oh, there's something more efficient on bottom lane. It's called Dog and Wolf, taking out the tier 1 tower and adding more and more pressure. You've actually got Beastmaster giving the balls. There's a lot of summons on the bottom lane attacking or coming towards the tier 2 tower to attack.
This is a big issue though for VP, that they can't pressure the towers that well. You have Venom Wards and that's pretty much it. Nobody else wants to come in close and get the damage done. And that allows Liquid to go for the split push style and get their farm up. I think it's crucial at this point that they find a couple of keys on the key kills on the Coddle by using Nyx, but GH has been doing a very good job at not getting caught out by Lil, and with this amount of farm he has now, Lil definitely can't solo kill him. They don't have anything like a Sunstrike, so we're looking at smoke ganks in order to kill a Coddle, and you don't really want to do that. You know, most of the time you wouldn't advise smoke killing a support, but Liquid aren't playing this hero as a support. It's a core when they play these Coddle games, so he is actually the best kill on the map in my opinion.
Makes it worth it.
Yep, this is an alternative solution for VP.
They're jumping in towards Roshan. It's because they got the early Solar Crest onto Ramses. It becomes a lot more of an option, and pushing Team Liquid to fight underneath the Plague Wards of the Venomancer. But the tier 1 tower is still up. Is this really doable for Virtus Pro?
No.
Or are they just trying to bait Liquid into a fight?
Liquid are dodging them as much as they can. The gold still looks good for VP. We have, however, seen a lot of these Coddle games where...
Ramses.
Oh, it's fine. Nobody's going here.
Kuro's got the double stun. Like, he's got Telekinesis into Impale. But...
Yep. But he doesn't have 2,000 damage on Rubik. So.
Issues.
Maybe later. It's just, you know, we've seen Liquid games with Coddle where they get destroyed early, it's a really hard game, and then they get that Axe, and then they come back from a 10k or 15k gold deficit by just abusing that Illuminate daytime heal. This is one of the better games they've had with the Coddle, so I'm not looking too much toward this gold of VP and feeling like it's an even game. I think that this is going to swing really hard once that axe comes online. And
They found the Nyx. Sentry on Sentry. Nyx Assassin's got stick charges, but doesn't have the life. In fact, even giving Vendetta into the hands of Kuro. No mana to use it is the downside for Kuro.
Dire's middle tower.
the upside for VP is that this BKB of Bloodseeker is closing in. He's going to have to be the big hero in this game. No one is having a good game. Yesterday, Sumil was talking about how VP's strategy should be to enable no one as much as possible. He sees him as the strongest player of the team, very mechanically skilled player in that mid lane. And when he gets this BKB, the amount of counters Liquid have they have Roar, and that's kind of it. It's the item you want to have against Caudle, because then you can't get countered by Blinding Light, by Mana Leak. You get to run at these heroes and fight them. But who else is making progress? We're getting a Veil on Venom. Actually, a little bit of scouting here from Kuro. He stole Vendetta.
Yeah, he's looking towards no one. Can't really do much with it. In fact, no one. Thanks to the Observer and Sentry, they see Kuro and Pasha. Oh, actually, thanks to the Howl. Life comes up and Necro Sight doesn't get the kill itself. Kill still happens, though.
Kuro's happy to respawn earlier, though. That was a 20-second added respawn time that he avoided there, thanks to the Howl.
Still a nice kill for Pasha to get. You talked about
Definitely.
item progression. He's going to have that Rod of Atos. Really good counter to the Lycan. So you've already got one which kind of forces him to stand still. But if you can't commit the Rupture towards the Lycan, you'll at least have the Rod of Atos.
What else is coming the way of VP? They're closing in on the Blink Dagger on Lil to set up these team fights. Nyx stuns into Bloodright is a very potent combo that could put them in a good position. The Veil on Venomancer is closing in as well. A lot of amplification for the entirety of their lineup, apart from the Bloodseeker. Maiden got herself a Sentry Ward. Lots of progress there. Very fun playing Maiden in this game.
It's terrible for Maiden. But Ramsey can at least create a little bit of space. Like, he's actually got a lot of experience too, thanks to that level 10 talent, plus 30% experience. He's now sitting already at level 16, keeping up with the Bloodseeker, who's basically been by himself. But where is this attack going to come in towards the mid solo with a Nova? Liquid not going to come anywhere near it, but this is VP setting up to slowly just chip away at Roshan. And the rest of Liquid have a choice if they want to fight or not, but maybe this is that other point you're talking about. GH picks up the Aghanim Scepter. Liquid can turn this into a split game. So if VP want to do this slowly, Liquid can get a lot more out of the lanes and still bring the numbers in to defend Roshan. And actually smoke inside the pit. They are really trying to get Liquid to fight him here. And maybe they can find their target. Keeper of the Light, the stun from Lil won't connect. GH continues to run down the river.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Take a bit of a hit from the Carapace, but he has Tranquil Boots. So this item is very important on Caudle when you're playing against Nyx. This Illuminate will be reflected onto yourself a lot of times during the game. You want to stay on top of your health so you don't get bursted by other things. And, well, VP are going to try again. It looks like this time they might be successful. Liquid are feeling like this one thing is the moment where we can lose control of this game if we try to fight them there and VP win the fight. Instead, we're going to split, get that bottom tier 2. Matumba Man should be getting out of here, and they're probably just saying, you know what, VP, good luck. Go push our high ground with your Aegis at daytime, and let's see who wins. I got a clear favorite for that fight right now. Still need some more item progression from VP. Their lineup is actually pretty good in the late game, to be honest. Both Necrophos and Bloodseeker are heroes that in the past would fall off a lot, but I think since the addition of talents and different itemization, both heroes can definitely shine in late game situations. Venomancer, a similar story.
He's gonna die, though. The Roar on bottom, Rem's out too far. The stun from Lil is trying to stop the attacks. He's got stick charges, no force staff available. So thanks to Plague Ward, they get rid of the summons pretty quickly. Now Mind Control needs to get out. Able to do so thanks to the fact he's picked up a Blink Dagger.
Yep, close call, but not enough in the tank to get that kill on Ramses. He will back off, and looks like he has his Veil completed in 5 gold. So, wonder what VP are thinking with this Aegis. And like, it's gonna be night, it's gonna be daytime in 30 seconds. Will make pushing very difficult. Are they still gonna try it, or just try to farm up the map and look for pickoffs with their Nyx? That's the downside for them. There is no one who can really follow that Nyx around and look for the skirmishes together with them. No like lifesteal they could infest or something like that.
No global abilities to help them out either. No Invoker Sunstrikes or anything along those lines. But Team Liquid, well, I suppose it makes the team fights a little bit more obvious. Push down a lane, and Illuminate pushes straight back again. Virtus Pro, they would love this tower. All they can do is start battling for the vision. Observer and Sentry's down. Their Sentry on Sentry there.
GH is going to see them now, though. He has the daytime vision on the Caudle.
Yep, here's the recall, actually bringing in extra friends. Who's it going to be in time? It's Mind Control arriving in the fight. Lil trying to run away. Rod of Atos slowing him down for the moment. They're getting rid of the Observer Ward. Spike Carapace already burned off from Nyx Assassin's got no more mana, but the Blinding Light forcing them away, plus giving the 4-star, but it's a Roar onto Pasha. He'll fall down quickly. There's no way you can hide inside that Ghost Shroud. Venomancer Nova is nice, but Liquid, they've got that sustain. Rupture on Matomaman, at least gets himself far enough away, but Ramsey's so damn low. Only one player left standing for Virtus Pro, and it's no one back behind the tower. No matter how farmed up he is, he cannot repel Virtus Pro. Liquid. Other way.
I mean, he kind of did. He repelled his own team. They all went back to base. Here comes the death push, Toby. I don't know.
Yeah, this just looks too strong, but we are 25 minutes into the game. Depends how much Team Liquid want to commit to this. There's 26 seconds before Venomancer is up. There's no buyback available. Lil can get himself a nice double stump. There's still no Roar, but okay, underneath the shrines, they're going to fight Lil, pick him up and throw him down. That Nova, really, really nice, but then again, it came out from the wrong hero. It came out from the Rubik. No one's standing his ground, but he needs some regeneration. Crystal Maiden solo, let it go, but then stolen again. Back, but will it be enough? You've got the fight, no one in, trying to bring down Matama and Pasha, staying alive just long enough. Lesser Reaper side go onto the Beastmaster. Team Liquid have overstayed their welcome. Miracle trying to run out of here, but ruptured up, denies himself to Ancients. Yes, he does! They thought they had that one in the bag, but denied. Environmentally.
Damn, I actually held that. That was really nice from VP. They used the BKB and the Aegis of No One before the team really were connecting, but he bought enough time and put enough pressure that Venomancer got off a couple Plague Wards. The nice setup from Lil as well in the base. Carapace into 2-hero stun on the Caudle, plus I think it was maybe the Rubik. I don't remember who he hit, but definitely got 2 of them. And VP, all right.
Yeah.
This is not how I saw that one panning out. I thought Liquid were definitely going to be able to at least sustain and get the tower or get out, but VP found themselves 4 kills and a tower mid.
At least they're going to get something else, Liquid. Crystal Maiden completely out of mana. It's that vision from GH that just does so much. They're centering, trying to protect their camps. They can keep the farm going. Now getting rid of the Sentry Ward, Lord coming in closer. GH with that Gem of True Sight. He does see everything. Now push the Crystal Maiden in close, and Solo will die for the Battle of Vision.
And it's go time again. Liquid are not going to stop after that, being repelled that first time. They feel like we have another minute and 20 seconds of this daytime. Want to use it as much as they can, see if they can get the tower at the very least, maybe even the barracks.
Well, no Aegis the Immortal this time.
Nope.
You do have the Exorcism now coming off cooldown. It's a decent creep wave pushing in through the bottom, so at least Virtus Pro will have that going for them. But they need to hold their tier 3 tower, a tight defense, and there's your jump forward. Lil missing a stun on the Matama as well as Miracle. Plague Wall Deep Assault from Kuro. This is going to make a big wall for Team Liquid, just to force into the Virtus Pro base as they scramble the defenses. That melee Rack's dying very quickly. Miracle, fortification will slow him down, but then again, GH continuously regenerating up. We've got 37 seconds until night is upon us. And Virtus Pro for the moment are holding their base, but they have to get rid of Kuro's Plague Wards, causing them more problems than the Venomancer ones. Pasha, Rod of Atos, he'll connect onto Rubik, but it's too far back. They at least hold their melee racks. Nighttime in 17 seconds.
I'm expecting some massive aggression out of VP now during this nighttime. I don't think they can let Liquid get away with just farming for 4 minutes and then going again. Next time the Rax is going to go, and the Roche maybe.
Liquid look like they want to fight as well. They're going to smoke up. This is out of vision of Virtus Pro. Wrapping around the back. The Hawk can give a little bit of extra vision. But where is VP headed? They're not even sticking around. They're crossing over to the dire side of the river.
Yep. Want to push. But actually the wave is being cut by these pesky Plague Wards and Caudle, so they won't even be able to deal any structural damage. They will, however, see Miracle.
Caught a glimpse of him for a second. Remember, this is nighttime, however.
Oh, they got the wrong Ramses.
This is problematic. That Venomancer can't die. At least maybe he can get his Nova off. Able to do so. Ramses pushed down. Can't actually connect on the Gale. So GH able to survive. And here comes the rest of Virtus Pro over the river. But Mind Control in the tree lines with Batomaman teaming up together. The Illumina spam is big. Pasha, at least the Scythe can get one. Death Prophet's gone. But Batomaman's just so damn big. Triple kill for him. Turns his attention towards Mind Control, who will also fall down. No one. At least getting something back in that with the double kill.
I love the itemization from VP this game. They've got Blade Mail on Necrophos and on that Bloodseeker, and they're just running at this DP and Coddle like, cast your spells, go ahead, let's go.
GH able to get away. It was the Thirst that was giving the vision.
These Blade Mail pickups are really, really good right now. That is a problem for Team Liquid that they will have to deal with. So Ramsey's getting off this Poison Nova before he dies is crucial. Does get blinded back into a couple of Liquid heroes actually, so he connects on, I believe, 2 or 3 there. And look at this Reaper's side. So DP looking pretty healthy, but these Blade Mails just eating her. Together with no one's BKB, that Reaper connects. Pasha just barely dying before Matumba, else that would have looked even cleaner. And with these Blade Mails for now, VP are holding on. It's a great solution to what Liquid is throwing at them right now. The question is, what is the counter itemization going to be from Liquid? Are they going to get some BKBs up and running? For example, on that Lycan, it is closing in. Maybe Death Prophet will change her approach as well. Currently sitting at queued up Octarine core.
At least you get the regeneration in from that, but it's still...
Might need some, I don't know, magic resistance? They don't really have any... Do they have anyone building a pipe? There's the Glimmer on GH, and they have the Null Field level 3. But I feel like a pipe would be really high value when you're playing into this kind of a Venomancer strategy.
So far,
so much magic damage on the Radiant side, actually.
So far, they haven't gone for that. The Beastmaster is one of the older ones that could be picking up those kind of auras, but Mind Control's also looking for his own BKB.
Yeah. They might feel like it's too late now for pipe. It's arguably a pretty tricky pickup when it comes this late into the game. It's like 30 minutes you're debating, should I get the pipe or should we all just get BKBs instead? And it looks like BKB is the choice of Liquid.
Oh, VODs Pro are already coming, so even with these choices they want to have, it's going to take some time to reach them. So VODs Pro hunting everywhere they possibly can, but Liquid, their split push is still so damn good. You fall back, Matumba sends inside the tree line, he'll be recalled in by GH. And VODs Pro, if they want to try and force something, they have to keep just pushing down the lane and potentially into a trade-off position.
They got 50 seconds until daytime, but I mean, I'm not even sure anymore if Liquid will win this this next daytime fight as long as these Blade Mails are up and they don't have their BKBs coming out yet. I think VP can contest this Roche later on.
They're trying to fight nighttime. Bloodseeker's up on the top. No one not going out too far. Just throws out the blood right to force the lane in. As the Crystal Maiden inside the Roshan pit, picked up by Rubik. Already mana leaked up. Solo knows he ain't surviving this. Came with observers and sentries trying to help out. His friends are coming. Maybe Lil. Blink goes for a blind stun to the other side of Roshan, but they do find Kuro now. Completely out of mana. Has 8-1 charges, but then 4-stuff gets him up the hill. Kuro's got the distance.
Pasha didn't want to use Scythe on this support kill, and it actually ends up keeping Kuro alive. He gets 4-staffed into Glimmer on the high ground and Howl. Maybe Pasha thought he couldn't kill him. That's also possible, knowing that the counterplay from Liquid is pretty good. And they got that freebie on the Maiden, and now Roshan is about to spawn in about 15 seconds, so Liquid will see this happening the moment it does. Let's see if they can find anything else. Even just forcing a BKB out of no one is a really big deal. If they can intimidate him here with like a mana leak, for example, to...
Only thing is you can't come in too close because this now allows no one to rip through the back lines. The Scythe is down, doesn't kill off Matumba, but still holds him in position long enough to make it happen. A miracle! GH just brought him in. He recalled him right underneath the Bloodseeker, who is hungry for blood. Miracle will go down. A double kill for no one. They're feeding the 705 beast of Bloodseeker.
That's a Roche as well for VP. Great sequence from them. So important for them to get these jumps, and this is the weakness that Liquid's lineup has, is that when they're fragmented and not together in this structured setup where they are the ones setting up a 5-man, pushing in from one angle so the Illumina can hit, when they're fragmented like this and the Bloodseeker runs at them, it's not that easy. The moment Matumba gets stunned, they're like, uh-oh, what's your counterplay? You don't really have any save.
Mind control. You didn't want to be this close. They're trying to recall him, but the damage has already been done, so recall cancelled. And Mind Control, all he wanted to do was contest Roshan, but Ramses snots him down.
Aegis and Cheese going to no one. Guessing he will pass this Cheese on to Pasha. At some point at least. Sitting on both for now though.
This game, Team Liquid pushed in. They took the tier 3 tower mid. At that point, we thought VODs Pro were probably even done for. A huge defense, and everything since that moment has swung around the other way. Both teams are still getting objectives, but if you look at the graph with the green as well as the orange dots, is a lot more tilted towards the VP side now.
It's just we've seen this game from Liquid so many times over the last couple of months, and this just looked like the textbook win. I was really surprised that VP managed to pull off that hold, and now that they did, Liquid's lineup is gonna struggle here. We've seen them win games where they are behind and then get the Caudillacs and then they go for the timing push, but VP beat the hard timing push. So when it comes to this easier one to defeat, what do Liquid really have to deal with? This like extremely fun Bloodseeker sitting on about 20k net worth on no one 7-0-5. Pasha, after an abysmal laning stage, has managed to recover very nicely and had a high impact in the previous fights. Lil was also slow to get started, but everyone is just coming into this game and delivering. And I mean, Liquid's heroes, even getting BKB and Lycan, you know, you're still gonna get ruptured, man. What's next? You can't move around on this hero. It's pretty bad.
It's one of those moments too where you talk about all the items which are coming in from Virtus Pro. We're talking BKBs, we're talking defensive style items. We're not talking about items which stop the Bloodseeker or kill the Bloodseeker.
Nope.
So for now, Liquid, they kind of have to do the same kind of thing Virtus Pro did. Hold the line and make sure somehow they survive without taking a huge economical damage. And that'll happen when these buybacks are forced. GH, he's bloody good at keeping him outside the base. That is what Illuminate spam is all about. But Tubman's trying to get a little bit of extra money. They're going after the Shrine to the Radiant side. It's still crazy that they're alive. With so many summons from Team Liquid, the Virtus Pro still have held on to their Shrines until now. And they're looking for the Tier 1 tower as well. This will work. So the money starting to arrive. Do we complete any items from these 2 kills? BKB is almost there for Death Prophet.
It's gonna be a Yules here on GH. On that Caudal. Gonna get 6 slotted as the first hero in his team, by the looks of it. It's a lot of good utility. Yules Scepter can counterplay the Bloodright, when this Bloodseeker starts running in and his BKB drops low, just some sort of control to just stem the bleeding and buy time more than anything. Counterplay the Nyx Assassin on the Blink Stun if he's very clutch. There are opportunities with these items on GH, but yeah, nighttime's coming now. And well, VP still have got a good 2 minutes left on that Aegis, so I would imagine we're going to see this top tier 2 tower being completely uncontested by Liquid. And the pace of the game has definitely shifted over these last 10 minutes, where Liquid looked like they were just going to cruise and run away with it. Now they're just camping inside their own base with very little to do on the map.
Yeah, best way to describe it is living in fear.
Pretty much.
Here comes Virtus Pro.
And they're even the team with good vision heroes. They have the Caudillacs at daytime, they have the Hawk, they have the Wolves, but they are still terrified. And on the other side, it's just Plague Wards and this little Nyx scouting around. But even with information, that's the problem here. Liquid can see all the heroes and just feel like they can't go.
3 minutes and 30 seconds. Now actually 3 minutes 15 before Team Liquid have that daytime advantage once more. But Tubman's continuously pressuring in the top lane, exactly what he should do.
Yeah.
When things get real, GH will bring him back. Until then, Kuro just kind of needs to get close enough to Ramsey to steal the Plague Wards. So at least they can try and build up a defense, because with Crypt Swarm and Illuminate, the Creep Waves can't stay alive long enough for Virtus Pro to actually do damage to the Tier 3 towers.
Do they want to get a pipe just for that, maybe?
Oh, no.
That doesn't look like it.
No. But Tubman's out.
Didn't find him.
No.
He's gone. Back to base.
In fact, everyone has. Pasha's gone to the top lane. Looks like he's building in for a Lotus Orb.
Reflect the Roar. Reflect Monolith. That's pretty annoying. Spirit Siphon.
Bloodseeker's actually going to be
Rubik
dropping
Glyph.
his
It's a
Blade
pretty good
Mail
item,
eventually. He's looking forward towards the Skadi as his next primary item.
Yeah, no one is fat. He has so much farm.
22k worth of net worth, and the closest to him is the 16,000, the Venomancer.
Yeah, this is even, he didn't even go Midas on the Bloodseeker, right? It's just kills and good farm across the map, I think.
He's 705 with 353 CS in 38 minutes. Yeah, it's been a good day at the office for no one.
Radiant's bottom shrine is
I wonder what talent he's going to get on 25. If you're struggling to push high ground like this and the opponents are zoning you off, you could argue that the Bloodright cooldown talent is really good. But 30% lifesteal is also really, really nice when you're hitting this hard.
It seems like a security thing to have that. Like, if he's going to go for the Skadi, if he's going for that high amount of life and he's got the slow, like, stacking lifesteal on top of that seems like a wise maneuver.
I'm interested to see what he chooses. I think both options have their merits in this game. Just gonna shove this out. When you look at this game, isn't it surprising to you that nobody bought a pipe on either side? This is like a really
It's like you're
I guess
missing
for
both of the
VP
normal items. Like there's no pipe and there's not even a mech.
No.
You could look towards Greaves. I thought maybe that was the other way Team Liquid could try and counter the heavy amount of damage early on to stop the Bloodseeker from getting buffed up so much thanks to Thirst.
Yeah.
But they're just relying purely on GH's heals to do that. And he's even going for a BKB himself. He's not actually going for a Greaves of his own.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
And now that the Aegis is gone, VP are like, now we push. Because now we don't have the Aegis anymore.
Now Bloodseeker actually has a useful item in his inventory as opposed to the Aegis the Immortal.
They've been struggling to set up this push. They're still being countered quite well by this split push from Liquid. Could maybe see the Boots of Travel come out on another hero than Pasha as well. Or maybe he gets BOT2s and then they just try to connect him with the Nyx. Go for blowing up someone. Oh, scouting out here at the bottom.
It's just a Hawk flying over his head. The Dire is scanning Matumman as well as Mind Controller, wondering if somebody is here.
Day is coming up soon. This is a pretty good timing for Liquid to look for an opportunity. But
Lil
Lil blinks out.
Quick blink. Was just scouting out for the rune. It was a haste rune on the bottom.
Haste goes to the Coddle. You barely tell the difference in his movement speed. But
The fact that was also the 38-minute rune that spawned down there. Now there's an arcane rune that will spawn in its place.
and an illusion rune top. 40 minutes. 2 runes are now spawning.
Action time.
Team with the map control. This change, I think, is one of the big contributing factors to the average game time being reduced as much as it has. When you reach this 40-minute mark, the team that generally is controlling the map, this extra rune every 2 minutes makes a big difference. You can go for pushes with extra illusion runes or DDs, and you can easily get the Roche or just get information.
This is the big thing, though, for Miracle. It's the fact that it's the Death Prophet. So Arcane Rune is so important for her.
That's big.
The Exorcism lowered cooldown is the critical thing. You can push, you can take a fight, and then you can potentially push again before Virtus Pro be ready to defend. But is Team Liquid really going to do this? Last time they tried to force a high ground was early in the tournament when they had someone like a Bristleback to be their front liner. You don't seem to really have that this time from Team Liquid. Instead, you have Lycan to do that job.
And still, Lil failed the stun.
Spy Carapace is still out, wants to get away, trying to Burrow Strike himself down. He's trying to go Lurker style with that Aghanim Scepter,
He
but
doesn't
goes
buyback,
down.
man. That
He
is-
spent the money on the Aghanim Scepter.
That is really bad news. If he sat on the high ground in this pile of dirt, then Liquid could have never really pushed, but this is a 40-second window at daytime.
Yep. That's exactly what Virtus Pro wanted. The Arcane Rune might have worn off, but Exorcism, available for Miracle, he'll end up committing it. Blood Right makes it very difficult to push high ground. Not to mention the Plague Ward Wall is starting to come up too. But Illuminate spam from GH. Sustain is there. They're chipping the tier 3 tower. These Necro books
No one
ending
got
their
his
life.
25.
They don't have enough damage just yet. Even with a 4-staff into the Gale of Miracle, he doesn't want to stay that close.
Dire's middle tower is under
A lot of ATOS on the GH, but it's not going to matter.
It's a 5-second Blood Right cooldown, man. How are Liquid going to push the base now? Maybe this game never ends. Who knows? Maybe it's going to... We push you, you push us.
Well,
Nobody
I was
can high
lucky
ground.
enough to have that 140-minute game with Fogged during the qualifiers. Hey, maybe we can top that. 42 minutes in, you know the high ground defense from both sides is wonderful. The only other way around it is then what? Fight outside the base, get a pick off.
Might want to be looking to split. You want to push 2 lanes at once, but that's not really what Liquid's lineup is the best at. Lycan is pretty good for it, but you
Oh,
want
well, the
5-man
double
with good
stun. He caught out Kuro as well as Mind Control, and Rupture on the back lines finding Keeper of the Light. So Kuro's being dealt with for the moment by the borrowed up Lil, but the rest of the fight's on top of Matumman, chasing after no one. He has the Blade Mail up, Matumman doing some damage, but also now it's Ramses with the Nova out. Miracle trying to set his ground. He doesn't have the Exorcism. They don't have physical damage from him, but Matumman may just be enough. Ramses burns the cheese. They have the life. The Blinding Light makes it difficult to get any more damage out, as Miracle has somehow managed to get not only a double kill, but winning this fight so far in favor of Team Liquid. Venomancer has nowhere to go. He'll go down. There's no buyback. A 3-man stun for a TP out from Lil. He'll be successful, but now he's the only man to defend this Team Liquid push.
And Liquid are going to heal themselves up fully here as well. They still have a 1-minute timer until night, so plenty of Illuminates to come from GH. And this is buyback territory. I think VP hold their high ground with 2 buybacks here, but I think they have to burn both. They're probably going to buy back the Bloodseeker first.
Spamming Blood Right and the Borrowed Nyx may just be enough with just the 2 of them.
It could maybe work because they're still cooldown on this Exorcism and 40 seconds. Oh, they're both going to buy back, and Liquid just get the hell out of there.
Yep, they got exactly what they want. Necrolite and Bloodseeker having to burn their money. They bring the net worth closer together. And they actually hold the gold advantage for the moment.
Crucial in that fight that they get the roar on the Bloodseeker next to Lycan. You're going to see, oh, actually this is the tail end of it, but Matumba Man was able to be useful. They got the roar on the Bloodseeker. Even if he's ruptured, he's just standing there mauling into this Bloodseeker. Eventually brings him down. Gets very low in the process, but still survives until the end when I do believe he did die here, right? Eventually. Matumba's dead in my game. I don't know. Did he die to Poison Nova? I guess so.
He died to Lil.
Yeah. Oh, he died to Lil. Okay. Lil, by the way, finding mind control, missing his stun. Hasted Beastmaster, not too easy to hit there, and Lil couldn't have killed him anyway. But big move for Liquid. They got that out of their daytime. Did not get a tower, but forced 2 core buybacks. And if they can get another fight like that where they roar up no one and bring him down, that could spell the end of Virtus Pro. So VP needs to be careful. Maybe get themselves a Lincoln Sphere against that.
That'll work. Miracle just got one.
Yeah, but he's on the other team. So
Yeah.
that doesn't really help.
Wrong side. But VP looking for the kill. Illuminate spam down the middle, as well as a second wave.
Kuro gets a ward out. Both teams having
They're
vision.
so close. Lil jumps in. He's going to get the stun over on Miracle. Blinding light from GA. He's going to create a little bit more space. Miracle. BKBs as well. That was his 9-second BKB. Really not wanting to die.
I got scared there. No one's going to clear up bottom. That was the Necro Book and Ultimate used from Matumba Man trying to split push, but no one is going to wave clear like an absolute boss with this low cooldown. No problem whatsoever. Taking that out. Now the question is, who finds the next opening? There's no dead heroes on the map. Nyx is in Vendetta again with a gem. If he can find just anyone, that will be an Aegis for VP. They need this Aegis, I think. If this Aegis goes to Liquid, it's going to get very scary at the upcoming daytime. So Virtus Pro will be trying their best to control the Roshan area. Don't seem to have the confidence to really start doing it, though. They want to push out the waves further.
If there was a double damage for no one, then maybe they would believe in this a lot more.
But
the top lane continues to be pressured in. The Beastmaster is there. Lil's going to find him, or I suppose the other way around. Both of the gem carriers see each other and run away.
Miracle, Invis rune top, so 2 relatively bad runes at this time for what is happening. You would like a double damage if you're VP, and if you're Liquid, maybe you would have liked the Invis to be on the bottom side. These illusions of DPR, that's nice, but doesn't really change anything right now. The Invis rune gonna go to Kuro. Might be able to use it to get a ward out at the very least. Something. VP have to defend this constant lane shove out of Liquid. All of these summons and yeah, for the moment, these DP illusions are adding a little bit insult to injury.
They really just want the kills. They don't want to be doing this. Right now it's PvE for Virtus Pro, because every time they arrive looking for a hero, all that's left is the creeps. And nothing's going to stop this.
Damn, this Blood Rite is sick, man. I can't get over this. This spell has a 5-second cooldown? Really?
No?
Really, Icefrog?
Balance in all things, Synderen.
Yeah, I guess so. There's a lot of good 25 talents in the game. There's other things where you go like, what? Oh, here comes the Roche attempt for Liquid. They've successfully pushed out the waves very nicely, and this is a fast kill.
Burning Exorcism as well.
Exorcism, Solar Crest.
And there's nothing here to really defend it. Mind Control's watching for it. There's no vision from Virtus Pro around the pit. So if VP are going to defend, they're going to have to do it from their own high ground, and Liquid very quickly smoke. It's like they want that movement speed to get into the base. Still cooled, buyback on cooldown for both Bloodseeker and Necro for 4 minutes. A big window for Liquid if they can get one of them down.
Did we mention the BKB on Coddle?
We mentioned it was being bought, not the fact it was done and it's already halfway to his Octarine.
I wonder what the win rate is of this item on this hero. If it gets picked up in like oh, you don't do 2 points in decimals. 0.001% of games maybe? And Coddle in competitive? Like, I don't even know if I've seen this before. GH is really, really farmed. I wonder... I mean, you want to get this item against Nyx Assassin, but at the same time, he's been doing a very good job at staying alive. He's 4-1-17, so could have alternatively gone for a secondary Lincolns for his team, a Scythe Vice, you know, something along those lines. Even an Octarine core that we've seen GH build in the past on his Coddle to just spam out even further. But he deems the BKB more important here. That's interesting to see. It's a very uncommon item on this hero.
They gave Miracle the Arcane Rune again. So this time you kind of almost wish that Team Liquid would buy him a bottle, so you're able to hold on to it until the push happens. Because like, it's the same fight on bottom lane. Miracle burnt through half of the Arcane Rune before he was even thinking about using Exorcism, and ended up not using it with the Arcane. Small little things.
Yep.
But Virtus Pro, they know they're going to come under siege. This tier 2 tower is toast.
Yeah, absolutely gone. VP will be playing high ground. How are their buybacks doing? 2.5 minutes they need to hold before they have buybacks. That's pretty much the entirety of this daytime that Liquid can try to siege. I'm imagining the situation they want to set up now is one where there are 4 heroes top and Lycan on bottom. He's currently working toward it. It is difficult for them to ensure that this happens, but if they can attack 2 lanes at the same time, they're going to do structural damage. Still no Lycan. Lincoln's though, so Matumba Man is going to be
You got
really
Lincoln's for
annoying.
him. You got a full Abyssal Blade for mind control, and Ramses can also survive through this. He's got a lot of blocks on both sides of the fence with a lot of initiation. I'm not so certain about doing the split push kind of thing, because Ramses, he has hit level 25. He's got the 3 Plague Ward upgrade. So with this, he can potentially hold an entire lane by himself. And then Bloodright does the other thing. You may be right. This is the game that can go on and on and on and on and on.
If you feel like it's a better idea to just push into the Nyx Assassin with Axe and these 5-second Bloodright cooldowns and Plague Wards in the same lane, then by all means, it looks like we're trying.
They use the Rod of Atos to trigger off Lincoln Sphere as mind control. The cover of BKB moves forward, but Miracle continuously stunned up. They're doing a lot of damage. Lycan in through the bottom. The tier 3 tower is already toast, but where is this fight going to keep going? The Venomancer ulti is doing his work. Miracle, he burns the Aegis Immortal. It's gone. Remember, he won't have that Exorcism when he comes back to life again, and he's surrounded by the rest of Virtus Pro. Then he has the BKB, plus the Glimmer Cave. Shiva's Guard from Ramses is looking for a slow and has found GH. A nice hero to get rid of if he doesn't force up over the top of the stun from Lil. The Scythe can put Rubik down. Lycan will fall as well in the bottom lane. No one solo dealing with him. And thanks to the vision, they've got GH invisible, but not really. The Thirst lets Virtus Pro see everything. They'll claim 3 kills, chasing Liquid to the river. Defending their top lane, holding the bottom lane of Rax. The only thing they lost was the tier 3 tower on bot.
That is not an easy play call to make, by the way. They're committing their absolutely strongest hero for the full duration on bottom. The Bloodseeker never joined the top fight. He was fighting Matumba Man the whole time with that Bloodseeker, and they held the other 4-on-4. They felt like if we split our heroes this way and we connect our spells...
Lil. He's got such a huge opening on Miracle with no one here. Ruptures off cooldown in a fraction of a second. He's got the movement speed. They have to get close towards Miracle, but they can't get the Rupture in time. Miracle retreats back to the safety of home. Meanwhile, Mind Control is trying to do the split push once more. So Virtus Pro, they come down the mid. GH, the Spike Carapace, it hit both Miracle and GH. No one, such high movement speed, such high damage. Lil once more too. Illumina Spam trying to push him back out, combining with the Mana Leak and the Force Staffs. Lil stunned up, the Raw will hold in there. Mind Control returning from his mission abroad. The Blinding Light won't cancel the TP, even the Lincoln Spear. Saving Ramses.
I think they also ruptured the Lincoln there. I believe that was what broke Miracle's Lincolns. I didn't see a rupture on either hero in that situation, and Liquid identified that probably and immediately turned around and just took the fight head on. And they held with, was that only 3 heroes?
Yep.
All right.
At the end, they got the kill when they brought Mind Control back.
Yep.
But the Gem of True Sight is still sitting on the steps of
All
Team
right.
Liquid's base, so vision-wise, they're holding on to both of the gems. You're going to start seeing a little bit more items arriving. Lotus Orb is up for the Necro. Bloodseeker was sitting on a crap ton of money, but he's ended up selling the Blade Mail and has the full Skadi now.
Blade Mail is losing its efficiency now that they're getting all these BKBs running, and obviously just the value of the item, the cost. The stats aren't that good. He needs to time the Blade Mail usage very well to make it worth it, and this Skadi is just overall a very solid choice here. So where do you go from here if you're no one? You want the Moon Shard, and then I wonder if he's going to start replacing any items. This Diffusal Blade has still got 5 charges, and he's had it for a very long time, so I might even think about getting something else in instead, maybe an Abyssal.
Mid, Pasha caught out, puts up the Lotus Orb, trying to protect him, thanks to the Gale from Ramses. Miracle really slowed up as a Necrobooks running after the poor Crystal Maiden. They forced Arthur a little bit further away and Bloodright just to create some space. Both teams feeling the confidence to come outside their bases and fight. This isn't just a straight up high ground defense. This is 2 teams respecting each other's team fight, but also believing in their own.
Let's see what is coming in here. I'm starting to look at 25 talents even on the supports, because this feels like the type of game that could reach that state. And when you think about drafting and what heroes are good in general, very rarely are you like, oh, this hero has the best 25 talent ever on my support Crystal Maiden. I'm totally going to pick this hero this game. But now that we're reaching that state, there are some supports that just have incredible 25 talents compared to others. The Nyx Carapace is coming up maybe in about 5 to 10 minutes. Lil could be 25. That's the extra damage.
About the Coddle one, where you can actually, like, GH is already sustaining so much. Does he get the 200 damage / heal for Illuminate?
The cast range is also incredible. 400 cast range on Coddle is so good. And then you look over to Crystal Maiden, plus 300 damage on Nova.
He's trying to catch up to him at the moment. A quick limit cape, GH. Under the cover of Invids, has his BKB. Solo wants to keep up with this. He puts down the Observer Ward plus the Sentry Ward and the Rupture. It'll go on the Keeper of the Light. He's got Yule Scepter of Valor just walking it off, and GH is down for a minute. It's a big part of the counter push of Team Liquid.
If VP realized he doesn't have buyback, he was the only hero to buyback in the previous defense of Liquids. If VP realized that, they could really try to push their advantage here. I think Coddle is a big problem for their lineup, and having all this time to get something done, they should really try to take advantage of this, but the waves are just
Beastmaster
pushing in all the time.
Mind control, you don't want to be here. Ramsey's coming from the north, but he didn't fully wrap around. They don't really know. The Courier is in fact trying to make a bit of a quick run. There goes your Raw. Out on no one. Does no one actually want to fight this one? He's going to flutter. Look at that movement speed. Batum's fighting on the bottom lane, but Mind Control is having a one-on-one battle with no one all the way on the north. Starts his TP. The damage, the damage, the damage. Mind Control. Successful TP away, but Tubberman will also survive.
Solar Crest, good item. That evasion, keeping him alive there, the 20%. I think no one missed 2 attacks. No, that's just what he needed to get that kill.
He's running for ball.
Maybe he's going to get MKB on that Bloodseeker as well. He's against a Crest, Blinding Light. There's a lot of problems for him. But Liquid are doing such a good job buying time.
He's in trouble. He's gone invis with the Vendetta. They got the dust available, so Kuro's going to fall down. No buyback for him. 64 seconds.
But the Coddle is up again in 5.
He is. And the defense, but how much damage can you do in 5 seconds? There's Fortification available from Team Liquid. Lil's already borrowed up. They understand he's there. Necro Book's on cooldown for 23 seconds. They don't have the reveal from that. Only from Mind Control's gem. So the range racks will fall. The double stun! Lil able to find him. Miracle and Mind Control. They're in pretty damn deep. Spy Carapace causing so many inches for Team Liquid until finally they can get the Abyssal Blade hit into Lil. He'll actually go visible thanks to those Necro Books, which are up. Ramses has to let the ulti go. Only really connects onto Miracle. He's still got his BKB available. Now going to use it for the side, trying to hold him in position, but nowhere near enough damage to actually slice off his head. So they keep the battle going as the Illuminate, giving Liquid the sustain they need. Or is it? No one's just such a beast. Lycan has the cheese usage. He's got the life, but now they're bringing the damage. It's the ultimate with the exorcism, but Miracle is dying too quickly. Ramses is there. They have to buy back, but they committed their big ultimates. Even GH, finally he'll die to Solo, getting the Nova round. Team Liquid, they're missing so many players and so many abilities, while Virtus Pro sustain and continue the pressure. Silence, Mind Control, Axis, they are buffed up with that level 25 ability. The damage is nice, but Virtus Pro do the wise thing. They retreat. They got double buybacks from 2 big cores of Liquid.
And they got a full lane of racks. In the middle of that fight, these Plague Wards of Ramses, the strong Plague Wards, are just slowly but steadily getting buildings. Now they're going to wait for the next Roshan, double damage rune as well. Gonna see it here. Just slow, steady push. Lil is playing really aggressive this game. I think it's tempting to go for that kind of play when you get the 2-hero stun. You want to continue to put on the pressure, but ends up getting killed off. Still, it is a 4-on-4 with the dead Rubik, and VP baiting Liquid outside of their base. This is a really good BKB by Miracle, by the way, blocking the Reaper's Scythe fully, but despite all of this, they still lost the fight. Really great freezing field from Solo at the end of this play as well. I'm not sure if we're going to see that in time. Looks like we will. There's not too much happening live right now. This freezing field, Lycan can't move, Miracle can't move, and they all end up dying off, and Pasha just barely getting away there.
Everyone just so slowed, and Team Liquid know just how rough this is. So the straight up fights are not working. They've lost their mid lane, but you are running a Lycan. Do you just look for a pick off? Is it turn this game in now for Team Liquid? Smoke, pick, push? Is that the way they play this, or do they still just try and high ground defense against what we already saw?
These kind of games get extremely chaotic once Boots of Travels level 2 come out, because even then these smoke ganks can turn on you if there's like 2 or 3 Boots of Travels that can counterplay. For now, they're not available, but we're not even going to get to that state. It's Roche time.
Yep, GH available, but that's done. Lil hits the money. Coddle, he lives! The Yule Scepter up! The Illuminus of the damage. Crystal Maiden will end up falling down. They're
Stolen side!
The stolen side! They're forcing huge fight. Do they get out scot-free? That Nova is still causing problems. Kuro is ticking down and it's just buffing up the Bloodseeker. Nyx assassin will fall, but there's not much that no one wants to do here. Without the Nyx stun, without the extra control, they just have to contest Roshan now.
Lil doesn't have buyback, but they do have it on Ramses. He needs to decide if this is worth fighting for or not. I think he will eventually buyback and they'll try to take this fight, but...
Flash just coming closer.
Yep, there we go.
He's walking in. There's the buyback from the Venomancer. Roshan down to 1600. They're moving closer. No one with the Blood Right. Miracle so damn low, but he gets the Aegis, the Immortal. Beastmaster dying quickly. No Roar available. Bloodseeker will find the kill, but the damage onto no one is ridiculously good. It is a 6-kill streak ended, but the buybacks are coming in solid from inside the pit. Finally stunned up. He has to cancel off that freezing field. Trapped inside the pit with the rest of Team Liquid. It's Kuro on Solo plus wards, however. Solo standing his ground. Wants to force stuff away, but it's the top lane. Turn your attention there with the Roar onto Necrophos. Liquid find another kill. Solo may survive, but it's not going to help him much. When you don't have a Necro, the scythe comes out. Kuro finally brought down. No one is on speed right now. It's over 600 movement speed for a second.
You can really quickly run out of mana to Mana League when you have 700 movement speed. Did you know?
I know.
There's a double damage rune.
As long as he moves fast enough and attacks fast enough, that's
Oh my god.
Moon Shard, 568 movement speed, plus the burn, plus the attack speed.
So what VP were trying to do there was bait Liquid to stay inside the pit so long that they were fully committed when Ramses buys back, TP's in, and then take the fight. But they underestimated Liquid's ability to take that Roshan, so they actually came in too late. The fight didn't really break out until Miracle got the Aegis and Cheese. So Liquid end up getting the Roshan, Aegis, Cheese, and forcing buybacks. And this Glimmer Cape, crucial here. Just the fact that GH doesn't get killed by the Reaper Scythe makes Necrophos a lot more susceptible in this fight. And they will be able to kill him off with the returned Reaper Scythe immediately from Kuro.
So huge from him.
So
massive.
many buybacks. And by the way, this Necrophos dieback, I checked his death time, and he was dead for 137 seconds because he died to the Scythe beforehand.
And you know there's no buybacks. The only person who actually can have a buyback is Kuro, but he's short by 1100. Everyone else's buybacks are currently on cooldown. It has been fight after fight in just the last 5 to 10 minutes, and Liquid, they want to get a counteract, so looking towards the mid. Exorcism is up. Kuro glimmered closer so he can get the Observer Ward down. There's a Sentry Ward already in place. They're putting down their own Sentry, and the Plague Wards are being used to do the dewarding. Smart thing, they don't want to risk anything but Liquid. They've rotated now down to the bottom lane, away from the Plague Wards, which are defending the mid. The Wolves, at the moment, picking up the melee racks. Miracle on the front line with the Aegis Immortal and Exorcism picked off. They are looking for just that racks. That's all they really want from this Team Liquid. They have the sustain to do it. The Blood Right's causing problems. Miracle continues to drop down low. He's already got it with the melee racks. Miracle, can he get out free? The Blood Right, they're out of range of it. And Team Liquid have done it. They've actually brought down the bottom melee racks for no cost.
It took them 62 minutes with their Coddle strat to get their first racks.
It was like half an hour ago they pushed the mid-tier 3 tower. That top tower remains alive on 1 HP. That's all it's got, that tier 3 tower.
Oh my god. Okay, so they still have both Aegis and Cheese Liquid for how long is that? They have the Aegis for another 2 minutes. I wonder if they want to try to use it. You're reaching the stage in the game now when the Aegis gets less and less powerful because all the cores are just starting to be 6-slotted, so you have to replace items to carry the Aegis around on everyone.
Start giving it to the supports, give it to Kuro.
Yeah, I was like, maybe if you give it to the
fight.
Coddle. Actually, no. Coddle has been 6-slotted for a good 10-15 minutes now.
Yeah, but at the same time, he's been staring down that Octarine core for the last 25 minutes.
I wonder what item he's going to replace, if he thinks the Ewell's Glimmer or Force Staff is more important, or the BKB. Now that it's down to 5 seconds, his other items might actually be more important for the team than his own BKB. I'm going to see if he reaches that stage. But Liquid look to keep on the pressure. They want to use this Aegis advantage. It's pretty big when there's no buybacks on the VP side to push with here.
They've got the time.
Still not that easy.
So it's about a minute now before the Aegis Immortal will be reclaimed. Exorcism just came back off cooldown for Miracle. But they're not close enough to push, but they're all grouped up as 5, almost like they want to go for a smoke play. There is a smoke on Kuro, but this push is also very, very obvious. It's exactly what VP are expecting. The only question mark is, can Team Liquid catch anybody out? They're trying to be efficient. If GH, he can recall in any hero that's farming up. Matubberman as well as Mind Control have gone jungle. Mind Control's trying to find that second disable. He's looking for the scythe device.
They decide it's too hard to push, so they're going to just use this Aegis to farm. And they're going to build a gold advantage. When you sit on the whole map like this and you farm jungles, you generally gain, I'd say, 500 to 1,000 gold over the enemy team per minute. So as long as that Aegis is up and VP have cooldown on buybacks, Liquid will be extending their lead. At least they should.
Well, yes, you take a look at that lead, you'll see just how much it swings. The gold graph just goes straight up and down. It moves by 5k up in favor of Virtus Pro, then 7,000 in favor of Team Liquid. And before that 5k advantage, it was actually 6.5 to 7k in favor of Virtus Pro. This game is swinging so hard.
What level 25 talents are close? Caudle is going to get it in one wave.
Yep.
Big is far away.
It's like, Miracle, can you just back off so GH can have the full experience? There we go.
The Crystal Maiden is not far off either, and I think Solo in this game will be taking the Nova damage. That talent is sick. It makes the spell more than twice as effective damage-wise. Goes from 250 to 550 AoE damage nuke on a 9-second cooldown.
Is that the reason why Solo's building for an Aghanim Scepter and not just like the Glimmer to hide? Especially with the Gem of Truth side always being on the ground in Necro books, there is nowhere to hide for Solo.
Oh, once these BKBs drop that low, the Frostbite from the Freezing Field can become very powerful if he manages to set it up. So I think it's one of those, you know, you're playing for that one opportunity. Arguably, there are other items here that would be very good as well. But he has been able to get his Freezing Field off in a couple of fights just by being very patient. So if that starts applying Frostbite, then he might go for the Frostbite talent instead. Who knows?
Then Liquid have to start thinking about who they're focusing in these fights. Right, for the moment, it's just defense duty from Virtus Pro. They're spamming out as much as they can, but you got Boars coming in pairs from the Beastmaster through the top lane. So Plague Wards are being committed by Ramses across the mid as well as the top, mainly being focused towards the mid. That's where Miracle is, and that's where their last lane of Brax is.
Lycan is pushing bottom.
Yes,
One wolf.
Yeah, critical
161 damage. He has 2 wolves now, so just thinking about it. Healing up.
He's got catapults coming.
He actually used his ulti here. Might pop the book as well to try to get this range Drax.
They're trying to deal with top lane quickly.
Back in.
Bloodright's not doing enough at the moment. Matubberman going to trigger dog form. Damn, look at the damage that thing does. The range Drax will fall. Meanwhile, Mind Control push it through the top, and Liquid, the rest of the force have come in through the mid lane. Exorcism from Miracle. The range Drax to falling. The catapult's taking care of that. Lil jumps in for the stun. Miracle able to protect himself thanks to the BKB, but Rupture is up. Miracle, does he really want to try and run out this one? The Yule Scepter keeping him in the air. He'll fall back towards the ground, but the sight will put him down. 154 seconds is how long he has to be dead, but the mid Rax is gone, the bottom Rax is gone, the Beastmaster is also not gone. He has to stick around a little bit longer just to enjoy the company of Virtus Pro before they kill him. Bottom lane GH, TP, starts Lil, there's no stun, they'll penetrate that immunity. So Virtus Pro losing 2 lanes of Rax, but there's a window of opportunity against Team Liquid to push back.
1 lane remaining. The Death Prophet's still dead for 2 minutes, so VP might be able to force this buyback. Beastmaster, however, will not have it at all. He will have it off cooldown in 20 seconds, but is far off on gold. So let's see if VP go for something crazy here.
I was waiting
Starting to enter Rapier territory.
Yeah, I was wondering if that was going to happen from no one. You get the full Mjolnir being purchased up for Ramses. So at least you're going to have the Disco Lightning Shield for Virtus Pro.
Oh, they're thinking about killing Pasha down here on bottom lane.
They may just be thinking of also going straight in. Like, if Kuro and Matubberman could find this kill, it may throw a big spanner in the works. As Pasha, here comes your BT in for the Bloodseeker. They kill the creep off. He cannot come apart from high movement speed. Meanwhile, in the mid, GH is dying. That's actually what's giving the movement speed for no one to just beeline it towards the bottom lane. He'll throw the Rupture out. It's on Matubberman, who has to sit inside the dog form and BKB. He doesn't want to keep this run going towards the bottom lane. They keep the pressure up. Miracle is there to defend it, looking for his target. He's found Lil, keeping the silence going, but this Ruptured target and silence target Lycan on the run. Where is that Bloodseeker right now, dealing with the creep waves while the rest of Virtus Pro envelop the bottom lane? Kuro, he has a TP off cooldown right now, so he'll get away. The poor Courier with the face boots, however, will not be so lucky.
That is such a crucial mistake there from no one not getting that teleport in on the Necrophos, but TPing on the creep next to him instead. He does have the BOT level 2s. We're talking about it. When you get to this stage, you can counterplay these ganks by just porting on the hero. Porting on the creep there delays his reactionary play, and they end up getting that kill on Pasha and forcing the buyback. So Liquid under pressure again, making the better decisions and the better execution. I think they had to burn their buyback on Caudle, but didn't lose any barracks. And now it's scary, because if this Necrophos dies, I think that could be the end of this game with only one lane left.
It could be. At the same time, the shoe's on the other foot. Miracle doesn't have his buyback either. They did have to burn his buyback.
Oh, they used two. They used two. Yeah,
it was Coddle as well as Krob. But the push begins from Ramses. The Plague Wards go down. They're just looking to balance the lanes out. If they can take this bottom lane, then both teams have managed to clean up the mid and the bottom lane of Rax. It's a hard ask, because we go back to that D push. Crypt Swarm and Illuminate. That's all you need to keep these creep waves out. No one wants to fight Mind Control, but that's also a tall order.
They don't have a secondary BOT2, do they? They all have BOT1s. So. I thought he was going to scout up there and try to set up the kill together with the Reaper side of Pasha, but he has nothing to connect on. So no one is basically just wave clearing here in Smoke of Deceit. And not
They're going for Roshan. So
there's a Hawk on them. They don't know that.
No, that they don't.
Now they do.
Yeah, now they do. The Hawk dies, and Team Liquid, they're coming. Observer Ward's up on the hillside. Lil gonna burrow strike himself down inside of the tree line. I'm not certain if it wasn't scouted out by Team Liquid as they try and wrap around. Matumba's already triggered his dog form, so Shapeshift being used, but Virtus Pro are bailing out. They don't want to take this fight. Mind Control BT's onto his own Hawk, and now it's Team Liquid that look to go in to take Roshan.
They're going to get this Aegis just because Mind Control made a nice push top. They had to come back and defend this lane. And, oh, actually, maybe not. They could be in time.
Here they come. Ramses to the front lines. GH has to trigger his BKB. Roshan's falling. The Aegis Immortal into the hands of Miracle, and they look to fight harder. The Hex is out, but so is the stun. Mind Control has to use BKB to break free the Frostbite. Team Liquid on the run. Lil, the nice double stun. Burrows once more, the sentry wards are down, no one, Rupture, he actually got Matumbaman. This could be the big kill they're looking for. He can't really break free, his life has to do the work. That's the Howl, now Shapeshift, he just tries to run it off, burns the cheese, and he'll get all the way back to base, literally running the entire length of the Rupture to his tier 4 towers for life.
If you're playing a pub game and you're playing Lycan, this is not how you play against Rupture in most situations. You generally want to stand still, but you know, if you have a cheese and 4,000 health, you can probably run pretty far. So the cheese is burnt, but they save a buyback, and that is definitely way more valuable right now for Matumba. He did have it in case everything went wrong, but nothing really claimed here for Virtus Pro at all.
Nope. Instead, they're being put into the same position they were previously. Team Liquid coming to the bottom lane. They want to wrap through here. It's an Invis rune for Miracle. Will allow him to come close, and Pasha, the man who doesn't have buyback, is the closest to the wave. The Blood Rider's out, he's trying to pulse it, jump forward, Mind Control gets a roar off, no one hexed up, they're splitting up their attacks here, Team Liquid. They're not exactly certain which one they want to kill, but they would like to have no one who's down to half life and low mana. Shrine has to be burned a little bit earlier, no one does not want to back away from this engagement. That Courier is bringing in a Demon Edge for Ramses and an Aghanim Scepter for no one. They want to start racking up those Ruptures. The control in the team fights is what they require. What does he replace, though?
Diffusal, I think. Maybe his travels, and he just plays with Butterfly and his passive as move speed. Not sure. So far, he hasn't swapped his items out.
And he's trying to make the decision. It's just sitting in his backpack for the moment.
Maybe he forgot he bought it.
I don't think so. The Courier.
I mean, he has 4 dusts in his backpack. Let's be honest. That backpack's just non-existent in this game. Bottomless hole. Still hasn't swapped it in. I'm keeping eyes on it.
Yeah.
By the way, Solo went for the Frostbite taunt. I'm not sure if you mentioned that.
I did not, but it is what we were looking for his Aghanim Scepter.
So he chose that over the Crystal Nova taunt, which I would say in most cases is better, but if he manages to get off these massive freezing fields with the Frostbite, in addition to just, you know, Frostbite, the Frostbite talent is also very good when all these BKBs are so low.
I don't think no one's working out himself. He's still sitting here with an Aghanim Scepter. Like, even removing SMY at this point may be a nice choice, but if he's worried about removal of stats.
Yeah, it could be true that the Diffusal is a better item to have here than the SNY. Probably is in many ways, and then it's about whether he thinks that or travels is more important. I'm curious, we haven't seen any refreshers, to be honest. This is a 73-minute game. Nobody has one, right? Not even the Beastmaster. He's building it, though.
How long does it take to go active? Because he could switch the BKB, right, to his backpack, triggers it, and then...
I guess that might be the idea, that he BKBs and then swaps it out.
But does it give you your Ruptures straight away?
I do not know this.
I believe the charges work where you get all of your charges straight up, but I'm not certain.
I've played a lot of Dota, but this is not a situation I found myself in a lot in my 5 games as Bloodseeker. I'd say pretty unusual. So
I don't think many people would have found themselves in a 74-minute situation where both teams have
Rupture?
incredible high ground defense. Yep, there goes your Rupture. Onto Matumban. Randy's having his Lincoln Sphere triggered. The Roar is out. The fight has begun. Solo wants to let it go right in front of everybody. It's not
Second
going to
Roar!
work. There's too much damage. The Refresher. They have to buy back on both Benno as well as the Crystal Maiden. So Team Liquid,
okay, see ya.
they're leaving. They've had enough.
This refresher is big. I think we're going to see more of them come out if this game extends another 10 minutes. They need to be able to refresh their BKBs. They need to be able to refresh their other items. This Beastmaster play here, 2 Hexes, 2 Abyssals, 2 Roars. All right. What a game. What a game this is. I'm not sure what VP are going to do now. So I feel like Refresher is still an item that would be interesting on the Necrophos as well as the Bloodseeker.
Yeah.
Especially.
But right now he's
But
not
really
looking at
any
that.
hero at this point. When you have so many items, being able to refresh your cooldowns is really powerful. Do we have?
They're looking at a jump in instead. He's going for a Blink Dagger on the Necro. Might lean a little bit more towards the mentality of Virtus Pro, where they're like, well, we can keep defending, but we're probably going to lose if we keep doing this.
They have to be able to jump at some point.
Exactly, and that's where the Blink Dagger into sight. It's one of that older, like, I remember when Necro came into Dota 2, it was all about the Blink Dagger. It was all about getting that quick initiation off. In fact, I believe it was Matumban who was one of the ones who was doing it. But for the moment,
Still only have 1 Linkins, man. 75 minutes in, there's 1 Linkins on VP. It's sitting on Ramses. And they're playing against Primal Roar with Refresher. That is the item you want to have multiple of right now. Okay, no one made a decision. He swapped out SNY. He did the math. Tapped out his browser. Opened Wolfram Alpha.
all right, so the next
Figured
math
out.
is, do I trade Diffusal Blade for Aegis the Immortal, for Divine Rapier?
I don't know. I still think Refresher Orb would be good on no one. Being able to swap that in, get his second BKB, get another Rupture. Does that even work? I don't even know. You get 1, right?
If it refreshes the 2
Does it
Rupture charges
it
you get.
refreshes charges as well now, right? That was with the thing that changed with Refresher. So I guess he has 4 Ruptures with a Refresher Orb?
So everyone from Liquid just had to stay there.
I mean, they're doing it anyway, though. Does it matter?
The next point you're going to get to is like, well, if only Rupture could stack 4 on one target, but Matumban runs 1 inch and dies.
I would like to see a Linken's, actually. I think that would be a very good item to get now for no one. Just because he can... The fact that it's targetable on multiple heroes can make these clutch moves against Beastmaster. Either that or their supports need to get Lotuses so they can reflect the first roar and then Mind Control can't get the second one off. In this stage of the game, Beastmaster is one of the most incredible heroes to have on your 3 position just because he has the attack speed aura for when you want to push. You have the 2 roars, you have the Mind Control from the Hawks and the map control from Mind Control. And, you know, just by his full utility and sets their team up so nicely, this is a kind of hero you want to counter as a 3. You want to itemize against this guy this later on. This later on in the game, it can be more important than itemizing against the carry of the enemy team. Because these roars are really what's making Liquid's fights look good.
Yeah, they just have to keep their mind in the game. Remember, Liquid have had a rather long day today already, having to fight through the first series and now here in the third. And you've cracked 76 minutes in this game and you don't know when the end is going to be. Like, even getting a pick-off doesn't guarantee you anything in this game. Net worth is nice because we start seeing like the critical items which help you like counter things or maybe just make you look like you got swag. But really, it's all about having those buybacks. It's all about being able to have the fight and then being able to have the fight again. And so far, right now, Liquid's in a good position. Everyone has buybacks apart from the Venno and the Crystal Maiden.
Yep. And those are still way off. It's 4 minutes to go. So I wonder if Liquid have checked the timing and are just like, okay, if we get lucky, we will have Aegis and Cheese, and they will still have buybacks on cooldown. And that's what we're going to wait for. Push out the waves, keep farming, build that advantage slowly but steadily, get toward our next items. Kuro working on the Aghanim Scepter would be a really sick steal on the Necrophos ultimate, especially having that low cooldown.
Look at Solo buying up for this. I'm kind of surprised. Like, he's got 11 sentry wards on this Crystal Maiden at the moment. There is nothing which should remain undetected inside the Virtus Pro base. He can almost write GG with the amount of wards he's got. But what he wants is the last little bit of money. It's another 900 gold, and he can actually have his Aghanim Scepter. Bought the other 2 1k items already.
Yep.
Of course, the other issue is getting the courier out to the shop safely when you're being sieged up like this by
That
Team
is a
Liquid.
challenge in itself. That is definitely a challenge in itself.
So Refresh, really, GH? He's going Refresher onto the Keeper of the Light.
Surprised he went for that over the Octarine, but I guess when you have Hex and BKB, and Force Staff being able to refresh these items in particular, and even the Yules, you might feel like, okay, lower cooldown on all my spells plus my items versus having 2 uses on my Hex this late in the game. Maybe the double Hex is better.
Maybe.
Both items are definitely very good here. So wait, what did he replace? He got rid of his Glimmer for this Hex. So Glimmer's out the window for him.
So the other
Unfortunate for Solo, all of those sentries are going to go to waste.
other items arriving is the other Refresher Orb, which is coming the way of the Death Prophet, and it's a Hyperstone for the Lycans. And Batumban looking to increase that attack speed of his.
Moonshard, he even has an item slot still. It's actually very surprisingly underfarmed on Lycan for this state in the game. 80 minutes in, he's not 6 slotted right now. Is there something on the courier for him? No, there's not. He still has room to grow.
He does.
Pretty unusual.
It's because Keeper of the Light's got all the farm. Like, there's just nothing left for the Lycan.
What's the CS on Coddle?
CS for Keeper of the Light is 566 to the 501 of Lycan. So yeah.
It's the 4th most CS on his team.
He's still
and Kuro has 70. He has less than a CS per minute. Oh, man.
Kuro is
That's
a team
so
player,
telling.
man.
That is so telling about how this team plays when they have Coddle.
But you can also look at the money over on Kuro. He's now 800 gold away from completing up his Aghanim Scepter. And remember, Kuro's time, like, we can have flashbacks to when he used to play for Na'Vi, and his Rubik play was the biggest controller of anything. He was the best Rubik in the world. And if you give him an Aghanim Scepter, he'll showcase it once more.
There are a lot of good steals in this game as well. Plenty of good spells to steal. Getting the Axe Poison Nova could be nice. Axe Necro ults.
Courier.
Axe Maiden ulti.
Courier, you ain't making that. Especially when you take the straight run. He's almost trying next levels. Like, the Hawk's going to be on the left side.
I think no one is going to buy 10 Flying Couriers now, and then they can just like send them multiple ways around. So one of them will reach the target. That's one. You can buy more than that. He has 10,000 gold. Just send one to each secret shop, and then Air Force One comes in. Get that drop.
Flying V, if one duck falls, at least there's another one to take his place.
I feel like he should buy more than one. I'm not even kidding. He should buy more than one of these Flying Couriers so something can get... They can't reach their shop.
I thought the backpack was against, like, it was meant to counter this. The other option you could also go for, I'm looking at Pasha with his Ghost Scepter. He's lining up at like the high-level Dagons. You could even get E-Blade pops into Dagon kills if Virtus Pro want to start focusing down individual heroes. We're reaching the point where that kind of money is going to exist.
It's not going to happen, though, because he needs the Eagle Song, and he can't reach his secret shot. So he's not going to get an E-Blade.
Okay, what? We 5-man out for an excursion. Okay, boys and girls, we're going to go on a trip. It's almost Disneyland, a.k.a. the secret shop just outside of our base.
But it's warded.
Yeah, well, you can smoke under that at least. What are you going to do? You're not going to smoke out and try and fight Team Liquid.
Right.
You're waiting for them to come to you.
Here comes another cheese. So Matumba's cheese has fermented nicely. We'll see if he gets a second one on top of that first one.
Aged perfectly.
Or if he will give it to someone else. Aegis looks to be going the way of Miracle. And the second cheese, who cares, Matt? Just don't want to bother with that. Just leave it there.
Sorry, they're all lactose intolerant.
Maybe they can bait a courier onto it. Actually, it's going, Toby. It's on the way.
What?
Secret okay, it bought the items.
The courier's coming with the rest of the Aghanim Scepter for Rubik, all right.
Got
but
the items.
He's dropping his TP scroll. Okay, we're cloud9ing this up right now.
I don't know.
Kuro is actually taking
it needs to not die to the creep wave. No.
Oops.
Oh my god.
Oops.
Oh my god. They send it the whole way over there and then it get it intercepted by the super creeps. Oh, that's gonna hurt so bad.
But don't worry.
So that's the Axe of Maiden. There was an ulti orb.
It'll respawn. It's not like Team Liquid's gonna push high ground, Synderen.
Whose ulti orb was it on it? It had an ulti orb?
It was Crystal Maiden's. It's Crystal Maiden's.
No, it was her point booster.
Was it a point booster?
Who had the ulti orb? Who's buying something with ulti orb?
Who's got that queued up?
Maybe Nyx.
It's the Lincoln Sphere. It's the Lincoln Sphere for Bloodseeker.
Oh, so Bloodseeker did want the Lincolns. Okay, good.
Yeah, it was
good.
his.
Good choice. Except he didn't get it.
Here comes Liquid. Lil able to get the first stun. Look at Miracle. He can't even get past the VP logo before losing half his life. The Smite Carapace is helping out as well. They keep the stuns going. Miracle trapped up the side. It puts him down. The range director's gone. Matama just wants to get the mega creeps up. That long push. Good night. Lil got double stuffed all the way back to the fountain almost. The melee rack stays alive. It keeps the negas away. And Matama, he's running off the rupture once more.
That's one cheese down. And Aegis, and Death Prophet ulti.
There's more where that came from. We're going to stockpile in Team Liquid cellar. They keep moving forward again. You got the refresher orb, right? Not yet. They have Exorcism in 35 seconds for Miracle. And defense.
Yep. I do think Liquid are going to get Megas here. I have to say, this feels like a Megas play, but that does not end the game at all.
You know
at this
what?
point. That is not the end of this.
You're one of those people that's just like, you know what, we should just let them have it. I'm going to sit AFK in Fountain. Virtus Pro, they will stand their ground. They will not get Megas.
Oh, they will stand their ground, but they will lose that barracks eventually. But it's not the end of the game. That's what's important here. This can still be defended for a very long time against Megas. Think about how hard Liquid have struggled to even get there.
Yep.
They still need to end the game, and VP's Courier has... Is that the first one or second one? They bought a new one, so this doesn't have the items
No,
yet.
this is the first one, which is holding 3 Observer Wards
Right.
from Solo, so he can see the inside of his base even better. He ain't leaving home.
Yeah.
This is a 23-year-old who's just, he knows he cannot get out of his parents' house.
We're not talking about crossing the river in this game. We're talking about just getting outside of the perimeter of the base.
Yep. Okay, well, Pasha, that's one way to do it. Blink forward into a creep wave right underneath the fresh refresher orb of Death Prophet.
Crystal Nova for Rubik. What did he chose 20% cooldown reduction on 25.
I like Kuro's quick buy as well. I think Vision is the name of his game. 4 Observer Wards are currently queued up for him.
Yep.
The Crystal Maiden, where is that courier? It's only
They'll
gonna have
manage
like a
to get all the way
minute on it.
out here? Wow, they don't do... Who has the gem on Liquid? Rubik and only Rubik. Okay, so Lil walked into the other heroes under Vendetta and did not get spotted, but didn't want to go on it.
I think they're getting a little claustrophobic now, Virtus Pro, but it is a big test of their patience. They know they can't keep Observer Wards outside the map. It just ain't gonna happen. But how long do you keep this patient up? You know, at this point, money means nothing. That 15k advantage for Team Liquid,
Yo, your
it's
courier
diddly
respawn.
squat.
Use your courier. You worked so hard for this.
It's sitting there. Yeah,
At least get your right.
well, it sounds like you're gonna get the notification.
All
There's
right,
too
then.
many couriers. Here we go. Aghanim Scepter on the Crystal Maiden.
Nice. All right.
Solo. He actually now can carry team fights with this item.
Major progress. This Lincoln should be bought up now by no one as well. He's running back for it.
Yep.
Get it now. And
He's like, well, I could put this on the courier. Okay, there we go. Lincoln Spear is on him. He's
Instead
going to
of
give up his
travel.
BTs for it. That's fine. He's got the flutter effect.
Yep, and 290 move speed. Very good.
And of course, when they get low, he's going to have like 1,000 move speed. So it's fine.
All right, here we go again. Never mind. Maybe yes, maybe no.
Wait.
Maybe back off.
Wait. No. They just wait it out. Team Liquid, they can just keep the spam going. They're not under any kind of real pressure. Oh, okay, there's your jump, mind control. Oh, there's the BKB, 5-second cooldown early, so you don't really care too much about it. Ramses, thanks to Mjolnir, they can actually push out quite nicely. The Necrobooks can try and burn a little bit of the mana off, but they're also the upgraded Plague Wards. Just sending your summons in isn't the easiest thing. Ramses can clean up the creep wave and clean up the summons. In fact, VP, they're venturing forward. They're coming outside their base at the moment. Are they thinking about finding Lycan, letting the wolf form up? They're going in. There's your refresher up on the Beastmaster. He wants a second roll, but Lil keeps him stunned up. Abyssal Blade can go on the Venomancer. Do they just disengage now? You've already got Nyx Assassin picked up by Koro, ready to throw him back in the middle of the fight. Yulson will buy him time as Solo lets it go on Death Prophet. The Illuna will fly through and kills off the Nyx Assassin. Our first kill in 20 minutes. Miracle still wanting to retreat back out again with that buyback from the Nyx. It's hard to force the issue any further. They've burnt many of their abilities. The refresher orbs are down for both of them, but the Exorcism is there for Miracle if he wants to commit the second one.
And importantly, Kuro stole the worst spell in the game. He has Burrow. He can turn into a pile of dirt and do nothing with it. He should at least spam it. It has no cast animation, so you're like puff up and down like a mole, and you get magic, you get resistance.
See,
it's something, I guess.
This is Kuro just trying to make Day 9 feel more at home. Welcome to Free Time Lurker.
Yep. One lurker on each team. Classic stuff. Okay, well, Liquid, what's next? So they have their BKB ready on mind control again. Refresher in 2 minutes. He has a Bloodthorn on Beastmaster, by the way. Prioritizing the Sentry Ward currently over the Bloodthorn.
I'm seeing Nyx Assassin prioritizing a TP scroll over the Gem of True Sight sitting on the ramp on the top. Okay, now Lil is finally going to switch the two around.
Good, good. Close to BKB, by the way, on the Nyx. That's a pretty big item here for him to get.
Yep, that actually means that like Lil's already been a real nuisance to Team Liquid in the fights. He's stunning it up so much that Virtus Pro are able to disengage from a situation where normally they'd lose 2 heroes. then that BKB will also help him now. The Bloodthorn is done on the Beastmaster. He's actually looking at Bloodthorn over going the BKB. Radiant Courier died. Well, that's now the 10th for the game.
Wait, how many couriers are flying around? All right, this is 2 Dire couriers flying around, and 1 Radiant got killed. So I think VP might need to invest a little bit more into their...
Menagerie?
Yeah, need to invest more into the Air Force here to get those items delivered. So what else is coming up? Okay.
BKB for Solo's going to be huge.
That's big. That's a 10-second BKB 90 minutes into the game.
It almost looks worthwhile to sell his drums if the time does come.
Uh-oh, the Hawks saw the courier fly out. VP are changing their minds. They're not sending that courier out. Back to base. Might try to go the other way around along the left side of the map. Maybe they can loop it all the way through the Dire jungle down to their secret shop, and then all the way back around again. That's a pretty dangerous trip, though.
Well, they got time. Venture to the new land, the
They
new
definitely
world.
have time.
Okay, Kuro, this is just getting ridiculous. But at least for everyone at home who's doing their fantasy, your points should be going through the roof, as every Observer Award gives you points if you've got Team Liquid supports or VP supports. Happy days all around. So Refresher Ops off cooldown for Miracle. He's actually building into a heart now. So you've got the double Exorcism back. You're going to have double Bloodthorn, double Scythe in 20 seconds for the Beastmaster, and of course double Roar.
All right, don't look. How expensive do you think DP's buyback is right now? How much gold do you think he has to pay?
Okay, I'm going to go with 2.3k.
You looked.
I didn't actually. Oh, they looked at this one. Kuro finally caught out the Scythe. That's 130 seconds.
To stay in base. And look at the creeps.
This...
Nice. Defense. It's actually 2.4k for the buyback. That was a really good guess. 2,390 right now is the cost of buying back in this game.
That's an expensive
Bottom lane, the roar. They found Pasha.
him. This is maybe the opening that you can revenge kill. However, Pasha does have buyback. You committed your Refresher Orb straight away from Beastmaster. He wanted to have that roar again with the Scythe and the Bloodthorn. It's a very effective pick-off team from Team Liquid. And in fact, Rubik now has enough money, he can buy back also. You can probably thank that 60 gold per minute talent just helping him get the cash. Solo's thanking his lucky starts as well. He's got 120 gold per minute. This is what's allowing him to get closer and closer towards that BKB, while the rest of his cores are taking the farm. We're going to have the first 1k CSer on the board in 5 CS, and that's going to be the Bloodseeker. The top, I believe, is somewhere near 1,800, which was Resolution's anti-mage. Correct me if I'm wrong, so maybe we're actually going to correct every single prediction in your compendiums.
I can't remember how many CS were in that game, but it was like, was it 1900?
It was 18 to 1900. Now the Dagons are arriving. It's a level 5 Dagon up from no one. I'm still waiting for this E-Blade pickup. Necro sitting on 5k himself. Obviously, he needs to save 2.7k to buy back on the Necro. So he can't just buy the Dagon straight up.
Maybe he just gave up on the E-Blade. I guess he doesn't... He never had it in his quick buy, I guess. He just wants the Ghost Scepter.
Never
Aegis
before.
for Miracle?
You know
No
what?
boots?
Is this actually even worth it? He's not holding on to his heart. Like, that's even going to help him more than the Aegis will in these fights, more than likely.
He might be able to force a Glyph with Exorcism. And
Just run in, Exorcism up, BKB.
Yeah.
You got your Refresher Orb anyway.
Then you trade your Aegis for a Glyph, and then after the Glyph is down,
Alright.
you can try to just...
This is it. Rubik will come back to life again. He doesn't have BTs. So he can't just come straight to the front lines unless he wants to buy it up. Instead, he's actually just going to buy the gem. As Team Liquid, well, that creep wave lasted a long time. Blood right, here come the Necro Books, moving forward. Lil throwing out the stun, just trying to keep the Death Prophet away. This melee Rax has to survive. They have the fortification available here. Virtus Pro, Plague Wards control from Ramses. He's focusing them onto the Death Prophet, making it difficult for Miracle to get forward. Both the slow plus the damage is enough intimidation to force them back. The creep wave has come in through the bottom. They're losing their shrine, so Virtus Pro having issues with the side lane pressure. Bloodright will manage to get rid of this for the moment. Exorcism, it's got another 5 to 10 seconds left. And Miracle, he's going to back up. The Exorcism doesn't do a single point of damage to the melee racks. They are really, really good, Virtus Pro, at just getting rid of that. When they can focus on the one lane, getting rid of it.
I think Korra should buy Midas, actually.
Why?
And maybe he should have done it 30 minutes ago. Because when you see the flow of this game, this Rubik could actually be 6-slotted. Now he even has a 20% cooldown reduction talent. He can get rich, man. This Rubik could really get rich right now with the Hand of Midas.
It's like you're investing into the future at the moment. It's like, but the future is 3 hours from now.
That's really deep, Toby.
You're planning.
That really makes you think.
You're planning for your kids' college, all right? Is that something a little bit more like?
The future is 3 hours from now. All right, the creeps are starting to give a lot of gold as well, by the way. So these melee creeps in the bottom lane, these super creeps, are giving about 40 gold each now to Virtus Pro. So even on defense, they are finding a lot of net worth on these heroes.
You look at Ramses, like if you actually just bring it up as well, how much gold everyone's got.
There's a hawk. There's a hawk on the shop. What's it looking for? Maybe it's going to see courier movement.
There's a full data list now from Matumberman. He can't even hold that. He's holding the cheese at the moment. But
he needs that for Roshan.
That's his 6 item slot. He's just going to run it for the top lane and try and beat the racks out. Get the fortification out. That's probably going to be the easiest way they can do this. Here comes your fight. The Blood Right already forcing Team Liquid to back up for a second. They're Dagoning down all the fake Matumbermans who are running through the top. Lincoln Sphere can trigger on the Venomancer, but thanks to the Maelstroms, or Mjolnir, I should say, of Ramses. The creep wave doesn't survive long enough. Kuro can now try and turn the Plague Wards against him, but he doesn't get that plus 3/3 upgrade that Ramses has when he steals the Plague Wards, so they're nowhere near as powerful. Miracle slowed up again. They're able to break through that Lincoln Sphere. The Ruptures continue to burn.
Dagon 2 on Necro. He actually doesn't have buyback. He overbought. 100 gold for buyback. If Pasha just dies without getting a creep now, that could be scary.
He's 103 short.
Yep. Oh, there's the Lycan ulti.
Yep, looking for the target. Matumberman wanting to run through the bottom. I suppose he can kill a shrine.
Yeah, any progress is appreciated.
Lil keeps the top lane at bay, so does Ramses. They're basically tasked with holding this line. Team Liquid, do you want to force it anywhere else? You can bring down that shrine. We're now triggering Lincoln Spears with those Dagons. The shrine does more. It's a double force up. Now the Ruptures go to work. Lil hexed up. Real problems when Matoma gets the bash on him. The buyback has to come out from Lil's Miracle, putting the exism forward. They're looking to try and end this game now. Solo, the Frostbite. He'll let the ulti go. Miracle comes back in range for it, only just on the edge. Solo at least creates clearance. Lil with a nice stun. Miracle so damn low. The mana burn does a lot of work. Well, he's at 2.3k HP. No one. He's looking for even more. The BPB is triggered, and they're going to Dagon out the Aegis of the Immortal. They still want more, however.
This game is hysterical, man.
The top lane Rax intact. Miracle. The Blood Ride. Matolman's going to go back in again. Shapeshifter's back off cooldown. We begin everything once more. There is no Rupture available at the moment for the Bloodseeker, and the Wolves are attacking the melee racks on top. This will allow Liquid to come in through the bottom lane. Lil burrows under the tier 4 towers in the mid. As Liquid, they are still closer to the base of Virtus Pro than they have been in a long time, and that's just the steps. They really just want to pick off now. It's like Liquid have turned this into like, we want to fight Solo. May Oblige getting silenced up. Quick force start gets him back in range to the tier 4 towers. That long range stun. It comes out from Lil. Kuro, enough life to survive. Solo's in trouble. He'll actually go down. Buyback developed with the Crystal Maiden, but the bigger problem is Parch from the back line. He'll go down as well. Team Liquid, they're currently doing it. They're looking for the kill. Death Prophet is dying, however. Virtus Pro, they have the damage. They have the power. They have the kills. Mind control will fall. Buyback's available from Team Liquid Lycan. No mana really to speak of, but the BT's coming towards the top. Beastmaster, he didn't actually get to the creep. He was going up to the creep and it got killed off. So we cannot get the melee racks. They cannot get the megas.
He got recalled to bottom. Oh, mind control. Might be thinking, I don't know, Shadowblade? Do you Shadowblade in and start hitting the barracks? Like come out of nowhere and...
How about he gets his own Necro books? Put them in the back. They just send the Necros mass at the racks to finish it. But the problem is that cooldowns now are so long, by the time they go again, the melee racks will be back up to 100%.
So who bought back? Ramses, Pasha, Lil.
You can watch
Miracle
it all right now.
So 3 for 2 buybacks.
So it started with the solo attack. Liquid thought they could get in, and the Scythe, Kuro, having more than enough life to survive that. But it's the damage that Matoma did, all these buybacks that got forced.
It was 3, I think it was 3 Radiant and 2 Dire buybacks.
It was 4 from the Radiant.
4 Radiant
Necro, CM, and Nyx Assassin all bought back for the Death Prophet and the Beastmaster. So it was a 4-2 buyback trade.
Solo has BKB and 50 gold on the Maiden. That's a pretty big item. Actually, in late game situations, Crystal Maiden can become a very powerful hero. And
reaction from Pasha. I gotta do something! This is patience. elimination game as well. And this is only game one. You gotta remind everyone, this is game one of the best of three.
Yule's in mid from Lil.
Oh, Lil, nice catch off. They get the summon to GH. Pasha comes out and slice.
That's a lot of damage when you reflect a Spike with Spike Carapace, when you reflect a full Illuminate with that 200% Spike Carapace damage. Andrew Dagon and E-Blades and Scythe, yep, heroes are gonna die. 160 seconds on the sideline for GH.
And that kill.
When's next Roche, Toby? Look forward to that.
Does it even matter? we're about 50 seconds away from Roshan possibly spawning up.
They smoked out, man. They're going.
This is as far out as Virtus Pro had ventured in the last hour.
They
want to come out for a kill.
They were waiting for the maiden BKB this whole time, and now that they have it, this is when you pounce. Oh, he
my
failed.
control. Where's the control? Anthony to get through. Pasha! They're actually stopping him with the size mind control refresh it so he can BT once more. He's gonna get out with it. Bull hammer. Back to base though. Back to base. The Lycan units are attacking the melee racks. Pasha's got it though. Defense, defense, defense.
It's two illusions.
And the Wolves as well.
Oh.
But they came out so far, at least they could look to buy up some items. The fact that Necro didn't finish the E-Blade, he actually sold his Ghost Scepter to get that Aghanim Scepter and the Lotus Orb. They're looking to reflect, they're looking to free people.
And Coddlebot back as well to try to save mind control, but he was actually fine on his own. Necro 3 for Veno.
Yeah, just casual purchase, still got another 8.3k gold sitting in the bank. It's like Ramsey's already has his TI winnings. But Team Liquid, they look to the bottom lane once more. All 5 heroes grouping up. You don't have the double raw cooldown on that refresh raw for 140 seconds of mind control, but you do have the double exorcism of Miracle. This will at least give them the pressure to push the lane. They're gonna smoke up. And where do you go? The Beastmaster once again TPs towards the top lane, but look at Virtus Pro. They're coming out, they're wanting to actually counter that split push, but Lycan, he's right behind them. Maybe they know, yeah, they know, the Lycan Wolves get scouted out at least, but Lycan inching forward, going for the prey. This time it's mind control. They're all over him, but looking towards the base. Matomaman is attacking the melee racks. He wants to bring it down. Fortification stopping it. Beastmaster's gone for 151 seconds. No buyback available in Team Liquid. Run away!
It was a distraction play. That was on purpose. Mind Control wanted them to try to catch him there so they could backdoor the barracks, but the glyph from VP keeping them in it, and that's a pretty big death. That's 2.5 minutes without this Beastmaster. He does not have buyback. I don't know at this point if VP are even keeping track anymore, if they know who has buyback.
At this point, VP is still going to be actually fearful. They don't have their buybacks for another 3.5 minutes.
You've got to play this 5-on-4, man. You've got to do it.
He's done it again. The Spike Carapace done. GH has to BKB up. Refresh roll. He just wants to TP out, but the damage is too much. But back up to the top. Back to the racks. Matomaman, there's no fortification this time around. Megas are achieved. Matomaman under the cover of BKB will run away, but Team Liquid, they've done the damage, they've got the Megas, but they've got 2 heroes without buyback.
They could lose this game right now if VP get a good push going. I think VP are going to all in down mid.
Rapier time! Lycan has it! Finally, Matomaman really feels like a 6-slotted dog. It has to be defense from Virtus Pro. Ramses and Pasha will add the pressure down the mid lane. The ping is coming for the tier 4 towers. That's from Liquid to defend the tower. Miracle. Oh, he's BT'd
VOT's cancelled.
Oh. He BT'd onto the creep that was getting killed off by the Blood Rite. Now it's just up to Kuro and Tomaman. They jump forward. They're looking for Bloodseeker. They want the kill, but next, a huge double stun. Lycan up and towards the air. Lil wants the damage, but the BKB. But Tomaman, how much damage have you got a trap ton? But he's going to go down. The Rapier in front of the tier 4 towers has fallen. Kuro will die with his teammate. No way to run away. He's hiding for the moment. The scythe will execute him. More people dying than the Stark family. Virtus Pro coming to raid the tier 4s. They brought down 1. Team Liquid, it is a 3-on-everyone fight. Virtus Pro, they want to win this. 102 minutes in. Miracle has the exorcism, but it's only going to last a little bit longer. They have the damage output. They move forward. Where's the stun? Where's the control? Lycan now up for his shapeshift. Runs forward. Remember, he's got the cheese. The BTs, they're coming in. The Ancient is exposed for the moment. CM's ulti doing the work. The cheese up from Atonement, looking for the kill onto no one. That's the one they have to get. The fortress is still fortified. No one will fall down. Buybacks have to be committed. You've still got another 3k life on that Ancient as Miracle They're holding, they're doing it. Arantes, he's gone as well. Solo, oh my lord. No one's BKB, tries to protect him, but this could be the dieback. This could be the huge moment. If Bloodseeker dies right now, it could be over. 4 heroes lost from VODs Pro. They thought they had it, and yeah, 103 minutes, Team Liquid. It has been a marathon, but they will take game 1, only one of this best of 3. Thoughts?
All right, go next.
I think we all deserve a bit of a break before we get there, including these players. VODs Pro, man, they must have felt really pressured. They got the kill, they got the rapier back, and they tried to go for the GG push. Is that time when you're like, you know what, maybe I'm gonna play a couple of more 103-minute matches just so I can understand what I'm meant to do at this point? We almost cracked the 2-hour mark to reach the conclusion of this game, but VP, it's like they're just all in.
When you reach this point, it's complete chaos, and at some point you just go on 100% gut instinct, and sometimes your instinct is right, sometimes it's wrong. That looked like VP could end the game. I think it would have been a totally different story if Nyx had boots of travel at the right time and stuff like that, but there's no... It's like we could talk about all of these details, but you have to understand the mentality of these players in these moments are like, it's complete nuts. You can't keep track of what's happening any longer.
You really can't, and that is it for game 1. We'll be back for game 2, beverage, break, and more.